es más fuerte que el amor.
Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered, the real deal. No pre-planning, no chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
Here you go. Oh yeah, welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. My name is Rigo Navaira. Bumper's not here. This is my show now. This is my house. Weecha's my wife. She's gonna cook me carne guisada with cheese every week. You hear that, Bumper? Every week. No, I'm just kidding. He's at a Cholo convention in California. He's gotta get ready to dance. I'm your puppet with a dance company out there.
Really?
I'm just kidding. He's not out there. My name is Rigo Navaira. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. That's right, Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. And I'm excited to host. This is my first time ever doing a podcast like this, so I'm very excited. Today I have the beautiful Christina and Alicia C. from Grupo Llamativa in the house tonight. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. Yeah. Christina, how are you?
I'm doing well.
And Alicia, how are you?
Muy bien.
¿Ya? Órale. ¿Vamos a hablar en español o qué?
¿Podemos?
Ok, porque hay mucha gente de Monterrey que está viendo ahorita. Saludos a toda la gente de México también. You ready, Christina, to talk Spanish?
Oh yeah, let me tell you, I understand it. We're not doing that.
No, well, let's introduce y'all. Christina, I've known you for a while. A lot of people, I always introduce you as this and I'll make you blush, but you are, to me, the best drummer in this onda. For sure. For me. No, for real. I'm being serious. And Alicia, you have a great voice, very powerful, very strong. I got to catch y'all 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And from what I can remember at the Lighthouse, it was great. It was a great show. Y'all are very energetic. Y'all play a lot of great songs. And that's what I think that, that's what really attracted me to y'all was... It was just alegría the whole time. It was just good times. Everybody was dancing. Everybody knew the songs that y'all were playing too. And tell me about that show. How did y'all feel about it?
I thought that show went well. Every time the Lighthouse is like home for us. That was the first place that we debuted at, and we're always worried a little bit because, there's so many things going on during the week, during the weekend specifically, shows, and it's like, hey, I said, are we gonna have a good show tonight, or is this paid rehearsal? And I don't always feel that way at the Lighthouse. We feel like, okay, there's gonna be a crowd there. They're gonna like us. They came to see us, and there is a cover to get in. So for us to have as many people as we did, I think we're starting to have some momentum in the band, which is really awesome.
And Alicia, you've been singing for how long already?
Professionally?
Yeah, professionally.
2 years.
2 years?
Since 2022, yeah.
Yeah, and what was your first show?
Sevi got me some spot at the VFW for some event. I can't
The one
remember
on the Riverwalk.
No. I don't even know which number it was. 76?
Oh, okay.
No, isn't that the big White House one?
The White
Yeah, right there by the Riverwalk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been there.
I'm
I've
directionally
been there.
challenged.
It's okay.
So,
You're fine.
but that was my very, very first one.
And you're from here. You're from San Antonio.
No.
Where are you from?
Eagle Pass.
Oh, you're from Eagle Pass.
But I left when I was 18.
Oh, okay, cool. And you came straight over here to San Antonio.
No.
Where did you go? Let's hear it. We want to hear your life story.
I went to TAMU in Laredo.
Oh, okay. Laredo. So would you go to Nuevo Laredo and party over there?
No.
Okay, good. You're a good girl.
No, I was scared. I wouldn't do any of those. I was scared of my mom. I felt like she knew where I was at.
She was just
at
watching
all
you
times.
24/7.
Yeah.
She probably did.
But yeah.
That's
probably.
cool.
But then I came here.
So what'd you study over there at Laredo?
Communications and marketing.
That's cool. Hey, I studied RTF.
I wanted to be a behind the scenes camera person
Yeah.
for movies.
That's cool.
They should never let an 18-year-old decide what they want to do for the rest of their life.
I know, that's true. That's true. You know, going into college, I didn't know what I was going to do. And I mean, I went for radio, television, and film. And I mean, I used some of it. I mean, I guess like today is a good example, you know, because I'm hosting like a podcast. But like, I mean, it's just music that I'm doing right now. So, I mean, I think it's just good to have your degree and, you know, just have a good time.
Can't relate.
Can't relate. You went to U of H though,
I
right?
went to U of H for music, and then I went to UTSA for music, but I didn't finish because I got into real estate. So
You got into Tejano. I think that's what it was.
well, that's why I moved to San Antonio. Thank you, Mike Torres III.
Yeah, right. Shout out to La 45. They're always up to no good. We actually had a great time with them, right, Christina? We played up there in Milwaukee
Yeah,
at
we
the
had
Mexican
a great
Fest.
time. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Shout out to all my people in Milwaukee that went to the Mexican Festival. Chicago también. So that's cool, guys. So y'all have any other dates coming up that we should be looking forward to?
Yes. I like how you look at me.
Yeah, because I can't remember.
She says that you book all the shows.
She has been. She has been.
the next one is September 25th at Devil May Care in Austin, and then the 27th at the Rock, the Rock at La Cantera on the 27th.
And that's here. Yeah,
Yes.
that's here
in San Antonio.
In San Antonio.
Cool.
Kid friendly. It's like this. We went and toured the facility a few months ago.
I've heard about it. It looks
It's
really nice.
really,
Yeah.
that one's with Vanita Leo too. So
She's opening up,
She's
pretty awesome.
opening, but it's gonna be cool because they're doing like this Hispanic heritage thing there all month, but it's their what are we doing Fourth Friday?
Their inaugural Fourth Friday.
Yeah, their Fourth Friday.
Fourth Friday.
That's what
Yeah.
they're calling it. So it's pretty cool. We toured the facility. It's like a big old layout. It has a splash pad for everybody.
I don't know,
That's
you could
cool.
possibly catch a Spurs player there because that's also where they
practice.
go review their plays and stuff.
If Tim Duncan's not there, I don't care.
Well, I don't think he's gonna be there.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's cool. So shout out to Vanita también. She's doing some big things. So I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think if somebody came up to me and said, "Who is Llamativa?" What would y'all respond back to that? How would y'all respond back to that? I should say.
A bunch of crazy women. I would say
It's an all women. It's an all women band. For people who don't know, who are just tuning in, that doesn't know about Llamativa yet. These are all how many? 8 ladies.
there's 8 of us.
8 ladies in total, and I caught that show at the Lighthouse, and it was really fun. And everybody is just it's just a different vibe. It's a real different vibe, and I loved it. I was filled with energy and tequila and club soda.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. A lot of people were dancing, and yeah, that's cool. Who were y'all, some of y'all's influences?
Hold on, I want to answer your question. I didn't get to answer your question.
You got to be on the road with me. I'm drinking a lot of you.
So I know. So to answer, who do you think we are? I think we're a group of, in short, Chicana, Latino musicians, or however you identify or you want to look at it. But I think that we are a group of women who have very strong personalities. We're talented. And our rehearsals, I think, would be like, I've played in a lot of bands. I've rehearsed in a lot of bands, and our rehearsals are significantly different than all the other bands that I've played in because they're very structured. For the most part, they're very, what's the word, fierce that I'm going to use. If we're not... We discuss a lot of things. A lot of the musicians in our band are classically trained. So they have master's degrees, bachelor's degrees in music. So being on the road and, not getting any sleep, eating gas station food, stuff like that, they're not as familiar with that like I am. I've done that for a really long time.
Yeah.
And these girls are like, some of them are teachers, Celeste goes to sleep at 8 p.m.
What?
So I just had rehearsal with La 45 last week at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Starting at 11 p.m. So
all of us have like a hard stop at like 9.
yeah,
or 10.
it's different. It's very different, but the same, goals still happen. We still get everything on. So if I had to describe us, I'd say very fierce, just women and strong personalities, and not in a bad way. I think everybody in there has, something to offer to the group.
No, you're like chingonas. Like everybody is
There you go,
like
chingonas.
confident. Everybody's confident in what they do. Everybody that was on stage when I saw y'all they knew what they had to do and they knew what they were doing and they were just executing it, you know. And I think that's great. I think that's awesome to see. I mean, during this time right now, I feel like there's like a movement, you know, a women movement that that's going on, and I love it, especially in La Música Tejana and in Texas and even in all over the world. You know, you got Becky G and Carol G and all the G's, and they're kicking ass, you know.
All the G's.
All the
But
G's.
who else? I wanted some of y'all's influences. Who would y'all say?
I want to say mine is Juan Gabriel. I said I was going to wear my shirt today, but I didn't.
You should have.
So maybe
That's
that-
cool. You grew up listening to a lot of his music.
Yeah, a lot of old music. So pretty much what La 45 plays.
Okay.
My dad was in a band like that, so that's what I listened to. And then a lot of salsa and merengue because my mom's Puerto Rican. So
Oh.
Yeah.
You're extra spicy.
whew.
What was that? Oof.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, that's cool. And Christina, what would you say?
I listen to a wide array of music. It is unreal. And it's so funny because I'm having a hard time with our album right now because
That's right, you are making an album.
Too big of an array of influences. But if I had to nail it down as far as like Latino or Latina music, Mexican music, or Tejano, anything, it's gonna probably come down to the 90s era of Tejano. As much as it's very typical for my age that's what I listen to. The person I listen to the most as far as female influence would be Elsa Garcia.
Elsa.
Selena first, probably first and foremost. I wanted to be Suzette though, not Selena. But as far as just listening and fangirling, and I recently got to meet her, and I was a hard fangirl for Elsa. Definitely her. I can probably listen. I know all her songs. I don't know the names of all of them, but I know them all.
And like, me going, because you also play with my group and my sister's group, and shout out to Destiny who's watching.
Shout out to Destiny.
I've seen on the road, we do sound checks. We go and we work with different kinds of sound companies, production companies, and I see the struggle that y'all go through just because y'all are women. And it's pretty crazy. Would you like to elaborate?
I
something
can
on that?
elaborate endlessly.
Tell it, man.
We'll start with
We just
one
had one.
we just had
Tell me
one.
some examples. That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't want to throw. The thing is,
You
is
don't
I
have
don't
to say who it was.
Yeah, I don't have to say it was. I'll go with some of mine because I think as a musician, it's different than, no offense, Lisa, as a singer. For me, I had it, and a bumper was there. And I told him, you see what you asked me about on your show? Like, here it is in full, color. One of the sound men in Milwaukee was particularly rude to me.
This was with our set or with 45?
With yours.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have beat him up.
Well, you weren't on stage yet.
I wasn't on stage yet.
Yeah. So he talked down to me. I didn't talk down to any of the other guys on the stage. And then we had to play at the same stage the next day. I played with 45 the next day. And he was nice to me then because at that point he'd seen me play. He realized, I don't need your mix. I don't need you to send me a line in my tracks or anything. Like, he was just so rude, and he was trying to be my bestie afterwards, and he even gave me his water, and I'm like, no, like, we're past that. I don't need you. I hope I never see you again. But then this weekend, we played at a festival, and it's not, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a thing sometimes where, like, I am the worst. I show when I'm frustrated. I try so hard.
I need people to understand that is true because I get stressed out when she's stressed out because she's my drummer and she's the heart of the band.
Yeah.
And so whenever you're stressed out, I get stressed out, and then Destiny's talking to me about some stuff and I'm like, like, I get so nervous because I just want you to be fine, and I know it's so hard.
But the thing is like, as a sound man, you should take care of your drummer first, especially if you're running tracks. But even with us, with Llamativa, my setup is very raw. Like, I don't need tracks yet, tracks or anything like that. But my focus for our band is the singers. We have 3 singers, and sometimes they switch between who's playing who's singing lead. So with that being said, your sound guy cannot just set and forget. He can't just set it and walk away. He has to actually be at the board, making sure that whoever's singing lead is heard.
Yeah.
So this weekend, Lisa takes her own microphone everywhere because she's grossed out by
Other
people's
Babas.
microphones.
Oh, you haven't sang on my dad's microphone ever, have you?
I'm good.
Puro babas.
I know.
There's certain songs that I put in my mouth. I touch the mic, and so it just. And at that event, they took the mics, they spoke. It was hot. It was sweating, and then they put them back on. And,
No, yeah.
No,
Germs,
it's
for
gross.
sure.
Like,
It is gross.
absolutely disgusting.
It is gross. There
I mean-
are times where I do that too, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got to remember this mic is being used by a lot of people. You know?
That's
Or wipes.
sick.
Or wipes or Lysol spray. Yeah, no, for sure.
That's sick. I'm so gonna have to deal with that. But so she of course it's a wired mic, so she took it. Well, they had wireless mics. Well, then the wireless mics are cutting out while she's singing.
Yeah.
Or she tries to come into the song, and there's nothing. We don't hear anything. And in my opinion, I'm not a sound person. I'm no expert. Okay, let's switch the mic out for another one. Maybe the battery's going dead. Fine. But after 2 microphones, I think you need to get a quarter.
Yeah,
I had
for
4
sure.
different mics. They were sitting there. They were just laughing, pointing.
This was in Austin, right?
Yes. If I went stage right or stage
But
left,
it's
whatever,
Austin. There's so many people.
I would cut out, and they would just sit there and tell me go back to the other side of the stage. And so it was. I kept my sunglasses on the whole time though, because
That's
Yeah,
terrible,
we
man.
were professional about it, and the thing is like I've worked with those particular guys before, and they never were an issue in the past. So I was really surprised at what happened. But the thing about our band, when those types of things happen, our horn players are reading charts. So if they don't hear Alicia come in, where it's structured for them to come in, now they really have to know the songs to be able to find back on their sheet of music where they are. Versus when you don't have horns in your band that aren't reading charts, you might find yourself, just able to go back at the top wherever it is. Your accordion player can take it to the top. That's the purpose of our horns too. But so again, going back to what I was saying earlier, some of our horn players, this is their first time doing stuff like this. So it's not as easy for them.
Right.
But I was really proud of the band this weekend because there were 2 songs where, Alicia wanted to sing no sound and our horn section took it over. And that's been something that we've been working on from the very get-go. And it's finally coming together for us.
That's cool though. I mean, y'all learn together as a group. That's one thing that I've learned being on the road is that you learn together with the group that you play with. I got to play with Christina. When was the first show you had with us? Mexico?
Yeah, Monterrey.
Yeah, and we kind of just instantly clicked, and I was really nervous to play with you. I was scared, honestly.
I have
I'm
a
not gonna
reputation,
lie.
I know.
But after I was like, okay, she's cool. I was like, you're fine, And
scared both, yeah.
but I mean, I do see that a lot with Destiny, and I see that a lot with you, especially you, because you have so much to set up. You have your pad, and you got to make sure there's a line. You have to, just make sure that you're good and set to go because it's part of the show. And I know how much struggling you go through, working with people who, at a point, really disrespect what you're doing. And
No, absolutely.
And it
Absolutely.
pisses me off too whenever that happens. So I just want you to know I would beat up anybody for Christina. You hear that? No,
Yeah.
but that's cool. So yeah, let's before I get more mad, let's move on to. I heard.
It's
So you told
funny.
me you are working on the. What?
It's
Go
so
for it.
funny when you say you were a little scared when you
I
met Christina.
was. Weren't you?
I met Christina when she was in a completely different state of mind.
Oh my god.
When?
What year was that?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where did
at
we-
Jaime's place. The very first time we met you at Jaime's place, you were babbling mess.
Remember? Okay. Well,
Do you want to elaborate more on that?
We were
Let's
like, oh, she's really going through it.
see.
And that's it.
I was going through it. Yeah.
And that was it.
But now you're good.
Hey, but then I played a gig with you and
Yes.
I kicked butt, so I don't
Yes.
even want to hear anything.
No, I think that's cool though. I mean,
Hey, no, but she stepped it up for the gig. So
yeah.
there was a dream, right? And my girlfriend made my dream a reality. And it was to kind of be like Juan Gabriel for a little bit and have a whole band and a brass section and a mariachi all on the stage
Yeah.
at the same time. and they were able to do that.
You do have I mean, it's a lot, right? I mean, y'all have to think about where y'all got to play because y'all have a lot of people that are going to be on stage, right?
She's talking about this event that we played. I backed her up on drums. Shelly Ladas hired me to play with her, and she had like Cuarenta Cinco and like a big mariachi. That was the first time we played together, and honestly, my first recollection of actually like, and with you. So that was a good time, and it was good vibes. Alicia was on the side of the stage, nervous, and so I was over there just talking to her, trying to calm her nerves.
So when did you called her and you said, okay, I'm going to start this band? And
so no.
Tell me how that happened.
So originally I was in another group with two of the other girls in the band, and we left that group, and then I was like, okay, this is the makeup that I want of this band. Let me see who I know. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to put it out there. So I put a post on Facebook, and I said, hey, I'm looking for, lead vocalist. And I didn't know what to expect or who to expect to call me. I was looking for somebody who I was hoping to know of their talent. And she was probably one of the first people to message me, but I thought she was joking. But she wasn't.
No, she was serious.
I literally was like, hey, are you serious? Are you really looking for somebody?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. And I'm like,
what made you take that initiative to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this?
So when I first started, I couldn't even say my name on stage. I ran off a stage once after singing. I didn't say thank you. I just left.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's great. That's great. That's badass, honestly. I would be like, that's badass.
It was, my nerves got, and we knew that if I joined a band, it would force me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And, help me.
Are you like, were you nervous like the first couple shows?
Singing is not, it's not the nerves. It doesn't get me nervous.
No.
I'm confident in my craft.
Yeah.
It's the speaking in between that's just awful for me.
It's tough. It is
cringe.
tough.
So
my dad taught me a lot from that. I mean, he, it's funny. I shouldn't even say this probably on the air, but I think I told you about this. He was all like, yeah, I remember one time as a kid, whenever I would, go to the shows and be with my uncle and my dad, and he would be like, para la familia Martínez, González, que están aquí con nosotros. And I was all like, how do you know all these like last name, like all these families that are here? He goes, I made them up, bro. He makes them up, Shout out to my dad. He's pretty smart when it comes to that stuff. I can't even use that anymore. No, you can't.
You absolutely can.
No, you know it. You do it one night when there's really like Gonzalez is there, and then you're good. You'll be set because they'll be like, oh, there's somebody named Gonzalez here.
It's. I have to learn not to ask questions. That's what I'm doing. And then expecting a reply.
You're getting better at it. It was. Alicia had a tough few. It's still a little tough now.
It could be tough because you don't want to be fake either. You want to be true to yourself. Mm-hmm. You want to be who you are, and you want that to come across to the people, right? And so it's like hard to like figure out. Okay, maybe my humor is a little bit too crazy for these people.
Humor is negative.
Very negative.
Negative Nancy here.
It's okay though. You're getting better at it, like truly. And we play Amy, who's our musical director, and also
my life all the time.
Who's also Mike Toast is the wife's Mike Toast the Dirt's wife, and
Mike Toast.
I can't talk right. I'm nervous.
Don't get nervous.
So I'm not really that nervous, but. She's usually who talks in between songs, but she couldn't play her gig with us this past weekend. So Alicia was a little bit on her own. I did hire a sub for Amy, who I knew was really good. Shout out to Emily Mujica.
Emily.
Yeah, Emily, she's really good on the mic in between songs too, and I knew that going in. So if anything, and I'm so glad I did it given the microphone issues we were having, because
even when I was trying, I was real confident. I'm like, I'm gonna speak in Spanish at this one.
Yeah.
Es el 16. Es una celebración.
Yeah.
Nothing coming out. It was wild, but we made it through. But yeah, Amy's definitely probably the one who talks on the mic more, but Alicia's been taking a little more initiative in doing that because
That's
Amy
great.
also is directing the band. So
Yeah,
there's that
yeah.
too.
No, yeah, that was fun. Shout out to Amy, who's hopefully watching. We got to hang out with her.
Something.
We got to hang out with her in Milwaukee too as well.
She doesn't run off the stage anymore. Yay!
I gotta give some shout outs here. Nati Mariposa, all the way from, I think she's from Arizona. Going all the way from Arizona. People from Arizona watching La Fabulosa. Where did you get that name, Christina?
She's
Oh
fabulous.
my goodness. So, and it
Fabulous.
I never thought it would.
Fabulous.
I know, right? I never thought it would stick because, so my dad's band was Los Fabulosos Cuatro. So it's obviously stemmed from that. But I was 18 years old, living in Houston, and I really wanted to play Tejano music, but no one, again, even gave me the chance to show my craft or my skills there. Except for the two bands that I always credit, Éxito, and then like maybe one other band that I don't really talk about. But
Drama.
no,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm
not
just
any
kidding.
drama. I mean, he'll never see.
We like the ratings to go up. So I'm just kidding.
No,
Right
it's
now
no,
we
there's
have
no cheeseman.
52.
It's not a bad thing.
Nah, it's not
a bad
cheeseman.
thing.
There's no cheeseman.
Yeah,
There's no cheeseman.
Robbie La Mirada. I played with them for a while. They gave me a chance, but I wasn't with them for very long,
Yeah.
so I don't really count that. So, I was there every Friday, Saturday at Bees Island Club.
Hey.
I know. And did I have any business there by myself? No, but I was determined. And Bob Olivo, may he rest in peace. I don't know if you know who that is, but he was a radio DJ for BNet Radio, and he also is a vinyl collector. So if you ever look on YouTube and you look up these old Chicano like albums, 9 times out of 10, they're his YouTube channel. That's still in existence, and he started calling me that, and I would walk around Bees Island Club, or I'd dance, or I'd hang out with people and try to network, and he was the MC, so he'd be like La Fabulosa like all night long.
I love that.
So it stuck, and so then when I joined the Grooveland Chicano band with Mike Torres, he knew, like, he hung out with us in Houston when he'd come down, and then that shows you how long I've known Mike, is a really long time. He started calling me that on stage, and that was it.
That's cool. Fabi.
Yeah,
No,
they
I'm
call
never
me
calling
Fab.
you
I don't know if you ever see me around. So this weekend I played with Mike and the Coos, Mike Aguilar, and the Revilla brothers. Adrian played with us, and the whole time, Fab. That's all they call me. They don't call
Shout
me
out to
anything
Adrian, man.
else.
He's awesome. He's
and
hilarious.
Anthony, yes, both of them.
Both of them are awesome.
So much fun.
Well, that's cool. So you are working on a new album right now. You are doing it at 45 Studios over there by
Yes,
Jaime's place, right?
Next Gen.
And how's that going?
It's going. We just finished laying drums, percussion. What am I forgetting?
But is it going to be like
bass,
originals, or is it going to be like covers or mix?
It's a
It'll
mix.
be a mix.
So there are covers, but I wouldn't say they're like. Are we going to do some traditional covers? Yes. Our first single is going to be a traditional cover
With the twist.
with a twist.
Well, I mean, I feel like you make it your own style.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it could be a cover, but no matter what, it's going to come out the way
We
y'all
sound.
style is.
We had to have a whole meeting to understand what was happening inside her brain. Because it just was not coming across the text message. And this, and we're like, what? And I wasn't the only one. I know.
No,
we
Amy,
were all
everybody.
like,
I had 3 meetings with Mike before just to like hear things. Him and John, like hear this out, and I didn't hear it from myself. Some of the stuff that I have ideas for, and then I finally, okay, Alicia and Amy, because Amy is very traditional.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't, unless you already have it like 75% thought of, she's not going to be on board, or she's not going to quite understand it. Well, not quite understand. She understands everything. But
You
like,
need to have the blueprint out.
yeah.
Right?
So once I laid the blueprint out,
I still looked at her like a deer in headlights.
No, but I mean, like, this is my favorite part, at least, of the studio, is being in there, especially if you have the whole band in there, because y'all can really experiment and really try to figure out what y'all want to do. I don't know if y'all saw I'm a Beatles nerd. I don't know if y'all saw the Get Back documentary, but that's all it is. They just get together and they wrote the songs and they try to figure them out together. And I think that that's the best way to be in the studio, and that's the best way to have like a finished product, you know?
no, I agree. And the covers that we're doing a few like standard like traditional covers, and then we're doing some songs that are from the woodworks in English. I come from the music I grew up with was not just Tejano. I grew up very much into rock and emo music, particularly.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
A little older than that.
Oh, you're older than that.
Maybe a little older than that.
Hey,
but
come on.
I pulled some songs that meant a lot to me and that I felt like could be transferred very easily into salsa or cumbia or boleros or cha-chas, however I saw. And, you know, I know Alicia got one already translated, and that's the second song we're going to be working on. But they're different.
Nice.
They're very strange.
Well, that's different. Just
They're very, very different.
Yeah.
So, and I know what we're performing is going to be completely different than what you hear. But it's going to be fun. It's kind of just like Llamativa with a twist.
Yeah, because right now we're doing like very much Zona Dinamita, Los Angeles Azules style of music. That's kind of where we're at right now, and I want to take that and twist it with. I listen to a lot of electronic pop music and emo music. So put all those three together, and that's what this album I'm thinking is going to sound like.
But that's cool.
But with a
wepa
a little.
feel.
Well, just one song maybe is going to be a wepa feel. But
Like
It's
a
going to be
wepa.
great. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be
I'm
different.
excited.
And is it all in Spanish?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we might do one in English, but the rest will all be in Spanish.
And do you sing in English a lot
No.
or no? No. How do you feel about that?
She hasn't even told me.
Yeah.
I just found
Congratulations,
out. Right now.
we're about to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, we're gonna sing it live. We'll be right back. I'm just kidding.
It's because
It's harder to sing. So my theory, this is my theory, okay?
Let me hear
I don't sing in English because it's a lot harder to hold a note out on a consonant than it is on a vowel.
Wow.
And in Spanish, everything ends A-I-O-U. So it's easier. And then in English, you try holding a note on an
Yeah,
N.
no, it's
she's
hard.
a liar.
It's not.
We did "Shake Your Body" by Michael Jackson. And it sounded great. She's a liar. So the thing about Alicia, and I'm gonna cut you here, is that she's a liar about her talent. Because
First off, she's a liar. Let me just to get that out of the way.
She's a liar about her talent. So I wanted, and I'm just gonna say this, I really wanted to do Lady Marmalade because we have a gig coming up that we feel like those types of songs would be good for. It's a long gig, and it's out in the country. So I thought, okay, let's do some English songs. I sent her that one. I sent you a Whitney Houston one, and I just got an immediate no. I didn't even get, immediate no, like not even a discussion. And then she sent me the vocal. I don't do the vocal Olympics, but yeah, she does the vocal Olympics every weekend that we play together. So I don't know.
You're talking about Christina Aguilera's vocal runs.
I'm
and
not
Maya,
saying you have to
and
sing
then
it like
there's
her.
a
I
whole-
don't play like.
But you do it your style,
There's a
though.
whole rap in
But
there.
you do it
That's what
your
I'm
style. That's the
saying.
thing that's gonna make it great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for instance, when we cover Que Agonia, and she did not want to do both parts because it's two singers on that song. And Destiny does both parts, and that's what I was used to.
Let's go.
That's what I was used to.
Fight.
So
I'm just kidding.
I'd said that, and she does both parts just fine. So it's just all drama for no reason.
Look at her, just smiling.
Just drama for no reason. She does them just fine. So I don't. Yeah, she's a liar. She's very talented.
You are, Alicia. You are.
I would not have put you front and center if I didn't think you were
That
talented.
was the first time I heard you live was at the Lighthouse, and you did a really good job. For real.
And my history, like, I cannot be behind a bad lady singer. Like, I spend too much time behind a really good one. I can't. Like, at this point in time, like, it has to be a powerhouse or I'm out.
Like who? I'm just kidding. Right? Just start some stuff. I'm just kidding. No, well, that's cool though. I mean, I like that y'all are really passionate about it, and I think that's the first thing that y'all need to be, especially in making an album, with the new group and everything like that. So it's gonna be you're planning 10 songs, right? Am I right?
Something like that.
And you're gonna
10 to
record one of
12.
mine and my sister's, right?
Yeah, well, that's if you send it
If
to
it's
me.
good.
He was supposed to send it to me a week ago.
I know, I will. I promise.
Send it to me.
I will. I promise. And Alicia, do you do any songwriting or anything like that? Poetry?
I am
or-
very challenged when it comes to that. I tried to write a nursery. No, I lie. I tried to write a song once.
No,
and it
she
came
said
out
you
like
lied,
a
you remember?
terrible nursery rhyme. No, I as much as, and I know Mike told me to stop saying this, and so did Shelly, stop saying this. As much as I would love to be like these people, these musical geniuses where they hear music in their head all the time, there's an empty space up there. It's just there's
a lot.
No, Alicia, you're cutting negative, Alicia. Come on now. You're cutting yourself short, though.
I've tried. It's. I'm not saying I was able to translate the song.
Yeah.
But it's a work in progress.
I think that, especially music, it's gonna come in different people. Like, there's different people with different levels of music knowledge or like the knowledge of music. Like, you know, and it's hard. It could be very easy to be intimidated by that.
It's part of the reason why I joined the band was to be surrounded by musicians, because I've done mariachi my whole life. That's what, since the 5th grade.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, don't let that what is the word? Like, have a negative impact on you. Like,
No, intimidate.
intimidate you. I mean, because my dad had written a lot of the hits for my uncle in his head. And I'm like, how do you do that? You know, that's so crazy to me. And this guy, I mean, he plays a little bit of guitar, but that's it. You know, he doesn't have an instrument that he can go to play. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Keep your head up and don't be afraid to just do it. You know, that's half the battle, is just doing it. You know what I'm saying?
She's not gonna have a choice.
Oh yeah, with Christina, she's gonna make you do it for sure.
So, and I gotta say, I am proud of you for being open to so many of these ideas, because I was really concerned that I was just gonna get a what are you thinking of? Like, are you crazy? You know? So and same thing for the rest of the band. The band has not really fought me on much of anything.
Yeah.
I pass out music. I send them what we're gonna do. Like, let's look at this chart, and it ends up being more collaborative than anything, and that to me like speaks volumes. Now, again, because of this amount of knowledge in this band and like music education, these girls can overthink me a lot. And with Amy being the musical director, she's just so freaking, oh my God, the talent is unreal. She's able to make some really hard decisions, and we need to do this, we need to do that in this song, or she'll be the first one to tell you if you're singing with too much vibrato, if you're flat, if you're sharp.
She's the mom.
She's basically. And then
She's
she'll
the
tell the
principal.
horn players you're not articulating correctly. You're flat, you're sharp, we're not doing this. And I'm so glad that we have her to make things a little more difficult for everybody, including me. She tells me if I'm speeding up or if I'm slowing down, or if me and the bass player are not playing together.
But we have such a good vibe with each other. We all get along great, which is something that I was terrified of, because mariachi is a whole bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
So this is all women.
Yeah,
Lord
no, that's
bless
great.
it.
And
It already
women are
happened. We're already
catty.
synced
Actually,
up.
Eddie, can we get the picture on there? Can we get the picture on there of the band? I want you to go through each girl so we can give them a little shout out. They're part of the group.
I
and
saw Celeste on here.
let's see. There they are. You see it at the bottom?
Oh, okay.
Let's start with the left with Alicia.
Yeah, with Alicia singing. She also plays Ouida, even though she doesn't play it. I have to tell a funny story. I'm sorry. This is funny. It was great. And maybe it's just funny to me, but it was funny. So Emily played with us. She subbed for Amy this weekend, and she played Ouida and sang. Well, she's playing the big metal Ouida. Alicia plays a more traditional Weedle that I like the sound of, but questionable if she's playing it correctly anymore. I taught her, and now she's made her own technique. But anyways,
I don't like holding it up here
you're
under my
supposed to.
armpit.
Anyways, you're supposed to.
You gotta get a stand. You gotta get one of those
It's like
stands.
you're grating cheese, and
Exactly.
I don't like that.
Tell me when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready.
I know, Riz, but anyways.
Say when.
So she gets up to sing, right? And she's got her little stick with her. I'm like, you don't need that. Emily's playing Ouida.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I was
go
just
put
holding
your
it.
emotionally support Ouida down on the ground. Because she's like,
Hey, but as
stuck
long
on
as
it.
she could,
I
that's
wasn't
good.
playing it,
You
I was
have
just holding
rhythm.
it.
She was
You can have
holding it, though.
rhythm.
That's what I'm
know?
saying. She wasn't even playing it. She was holding it.
Oh.
It was her emotional support.
You just grab it whenever
I
you're.
wanted to feel like Harry Potter.
No, yeah. Wingardium Leviosa on it. You know what I'm saying?
See?
Yeah, that's
You know what's
great. Okay, so we got Alicia, and then right to the right.
That's Celeste Astorga. So I went to school. So I do want to say one thing. A lot of these girls I've known for a very long time. So Celeste, I went to school with at UTSA. We played in an ensemble together. We took classes together in music theory. She I always tell her you got on my nerves in class because she asked questions and she never knew what was going on.
Damn.
And I was over
I could hear you.
Yeah.
I could see your, I could feel
I
your,
didn't talk to anybody.
I could feel your eyes roll.
Yeah, that's basically how I felt in there. It's okay. She ended up like, she's a band director. So she has her music ed degree. She's wonderful, very powerful force in our band for sure. Like as far as playing, like she's got a lot of solo work that she's committed to.
That's awesome. And then, okay, so you want to go to the back?
Yeah, we'll stay on the back row. So that's Corina Cantu, who is working on her doctorates right now.
Cantu.
Yeah, so
that's smart. Your band.
I know. So she's working on doctorates, has her master's in music. She's toured as a mariachi. She's toured with Angela Aguilar not too long ago, doing mariachi stuff. Lived in California doing all that. She plays trumpet. She's sings as well in the band. So I've also known her, I think, since I was maybe 19 or 20.
Nice.
So I've known her really long. I met her and Amy are comadres.
And that really brings it to another level whenever you know the people that you're playing with for a while. Mm-hmm. And like, I guess it's just if that happens, or if you can just connect with that person really fast, like that really helps out too. Yeah. But it just brings a whole other. But
it brings, on the other side of that though, like it also brings like, you have like this, you have the ability to speak comfortably, but then like these are also your friends.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful.
Yeah. You have to be, they have to understand that you're professional. And you need
And I think everybody in this band is like that.
Yeah,
like at this point, we're all fine.
That's cool. Okay, so we got
go next to me.
Right, that's you right there, Christina Hinojosa, best drummer in the world, baby. Okay, and then right to the right there.
It's Amy.
It's
Amy Torres. We call her Amy Torres the third. So she's the musical director. Amy also has her master's degree in music, her bachelor's in education on saxophone. For those of you who don't know, she plays saxophone. She's an awesome sax player. And then her second one, I believe, is like in vocal performance, like Latin vocal performance. Nice. I'm probably butchering all of y'all's degrees. I'm sorry. But Amy is just a force. I talked a lot about her a little while ago. She's a monster. Y'all, I have to tell you, like, probably the most talented besides her husband, musician I know. Like, she can do anything. She pulls out her little piano on her phone.
To have rhythm and sing, and I mean, one is just amazing.
She can transpose. She can know the intervals. She'll be back there like, sorry, Gabri. If Gabri gets lost in the bass, she's back there telling her the number of chord.
Yeah.
Like how many?
No, it's
percussionist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, percussion. She plays percussion.
She plays
string
she
instrument
plays saxophone
with y'all.
And sings, and she plays congas too. Yeah, she's something.
That's awesome. Shout out to Amy. Give me some lessons, please. Okay, so we got Amy, and then
going back.
You want to start right below her, Vero?
Yeah,
right?
we can go. Yeah, so bottom right, that's I can't say her last name.
Veronica
Lizarraga. That's a hard last name.
No, Lizarraga.
Shout out to Vero. She helped us out one show, and she played congas with us, but she also plays keyboards with y'all, right?
Yeah, another one who she charts. So everything that we have has charts. So Amy charts for us, and Vettel charts for us as well, which is again another whole talent in its own. She plays conga, she sings too, but she hasn't yet sang with us, but she will eventually. And then her main instrument's congas, and playing piano is her first instrument. Also has a master's degree in music.
Damn, y'all are smart. You're smarter.
I don't have anything, so I think I'm the only one. Me and Gabri, but Gabri's on her way. I'm working. I know corporate America over here.
Yeah, no, you're good. America. Yeah, you put on the suit and the tie and you do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's cool. And then we got to
the left of that is Gabri Rodriguez. So she plays bass. She plays double bass. Typically, she goes to. She's in college right now for her bachelor's in music.
Okay.
As well, she's an orchestral type of person. She loves that stuff. Lives for it. But she's from El Paso.
El Chuco.
And so yeah, I know. So she her grandpa is all about this band because he plays bass, he runs sound, and she ran around with him a lot, so she learned how to play electric bass. He went and bought her like a 5-string bass very shortly after she joined the band.
That's awesome. That's a great grandpa right there, man.
He was at the first show yelling at the sound man.
That's what everybody needs.
He was really there, so all the way from El Paso. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
She's our baby. She's the youngest.
She's the youngest one in the group. That's awesome. And then right next to her
is Kirsten Boink. Kirsten is a salsa professor.
Salsa.
Sorry, I can't help it. I'm from
I'll take the chips and salsa.
I'm from Southeast Texas, where we have an accent, and I can't help it. I'm
Boiling
sorry.
Texas in the house. That's right.
Yeah. So, Kirsten has her master's degree in music as well. We call her Kiki. She plays in a lot of bands. Has her own band. Trumpet player. I've known Kirsten as well since I was probably 18. She played in the Groovland Chicano band way back when. You can go to YouTube and look, and there we are on stage together. So another one I've known a really long time, and I have a lot of respect for. She's a monster player. She also is kind of like with Amy. She has a lot of suggestions because of her knowledge. Okay. Especially when it comes to like the harder like salsa songs. Like she knows those songs like the back of her hand. So she'll be like, in this section we usually do this to help us stay together or whatever. Lots of suggestions. Yeah. So it's really nice. She's not always with us just because she's so busy. Yeah. She's teaching. She's a professor. But we're lucky to have her when she is.
That's awesome. That's cool. And altogether, that's Llamativa. If y'all guys haven't gone and check them out, go check them out. They're going to play this weekend at The Rock.
No, that's next weekend.
That's next weekend. I'm playing with you online. Y'all have something this weekend?
This weekend, no. But next weekend, next week we play at Devil May Care in Austin on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We play from 9 to 12. That's our long set. So if you want to see Llamativa, like every song we've got, like every style we play,
whole repertoire,
the whole thing. There we are.
Yeah. That's it.
3 sets,
and the drinks are really, really affordable. So if you guys are like,
this is in Austin too, right?
This is so good.
That's awesome.
I love it there.
Where is it? Is it like East 6 or like
West 6?
West
actually.
6. Oh, nice.
It's a little off like the main area, but it's still there.
And I'm so glad that y'all are doing that. I mean, y'all are expanding, the music to people who wouldn't normally hear this type of music.
We've kind of become like the Austin band.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool.
They've been calling us way more than anybody here.
That's cool.
Which is, I mean, cool. I think the time will come, for our San Antonio footprint. But I think just because we did a pretty impactful, we did South by Southwest and then we did Latina Palooza. Those gigs have really paid off in getting us other gigs. No,
I think that's really cool that you are doing that. I mean, it's just, why limit yourselves to just the Tejano clubs here in San Antonio when y'all could be playing for, a younger generation and that will follow you, that will, follow your music, follow your socials and everything like that. That's what I really admire about y'all. And I really like that y'all are taking that initiative to do that. I'm using some big words.
Yeah.
Look at me. UT, baby. UT, baby. It's that you're a lot smarter than a lot of the other bands. You're gooder too. Also. That's cool. Let's do some shout outs real quick. We got, we got a lot. I haven't been saying it. That's a lot of talent there on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Going out to Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence.
Yes, Lawrence. Going out to Mel Sanchez, who's being necio right now.
Why is he being necio?
He's always being necio. Mm-hmm. You know him. Going out to Mel. What's going on, brother? Marcos de Lao. I loved help.
Oh, no, Marcos de la... Oh, that has to be one of the best accordion players I've ever had to share the stage with. Hands down. Not even comparing.
We're going to have to jam, brother. I loved helping setting up drums with her.
He did. He was the best. Like, he saw me do it one time, and he always helped me, stayed back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Hector Perez. Hector and Martha. Saludos, Hector and Martha.
Yeah, Destination.
Love you guys. Celeste Astorga.
Yeah, Astorga?
Oh, Celeste. That's Celeste right there. We're talking about you, girl. Okay. Vinny Tovar in the house. Rigo Verto. That's my... that's when I've had like more than 3 tequila and club sodas.
At the Lighthouse?
Yeah, that's who I was at the Lighthouse, actually. Rigo Verto. I was named Rodrigo. Saludos to everybody from Mission, Texas in the house. Hi, Christina. Gabriel Rodriguez from Austin. John Ontiveros is watching too. Going out to John La 45. What does that mean? What is that?
So John and I, again, going back to my crazy ideas that I have for this album, I had a lot. So one of the things was I wanted to stack some sounds or this and that, and I'm getting John out of his comfort zone. This is not my first time getting John out of his comfort zone. Back when he lived in Big Spring, we did some stuff together for me I think it was like till 5 a.m. we were recording some stuff. But he's having to learn how to use like electronic sounds and stuff like that, which I wouldn't say he isn't having to learn. He knows how to do it. It's just like how I want it to sound might not be new to might be new to him. Yeah. And the reason he says that is because when you play cumbia, if you're not playing it right on time, and we need to do this a lot when you play bass, this is basic cumbia, right, on time. But when you play with a rub, it sounds like it's almost late. That's called a rub.
Like it's a little bit like it sounds like it's dragging a little bit.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not. If you can put it to a metronome and it's there, it's just the feel. Yeah. So anyway, he's talking about triggers, is using drum triggers. So.
See, this is a smart, educational podcast, if y'all didn't know that. I just want you to know. Look what happens when I come up here. Y'all learn about music. Let's do it. Bumper, you hear that? Shout out to Bumper. He's doing research at the Market Square. He's writing a book called Tripas or Fajitas.
Shout out to Bumper.
It's a self-guide book on how to pick up gorditas at the Market Square.
On your show.
I'm just kidding, Bumper. I like to poke fun at him.
Also, I'd like to make a shout out to all the blue buzz balls that have gone
missing.
Oh
my gosh. We haven't, honestly, hold on. I got to give a shout out to Mr. Luke Salas. Mr. Luke Salas and Miss Destiny Navaira. We've heard about buzz balls. I don't know if y'all know about buzz balls. The buzz balls, the little
ones
balls
you see at the convenience stores. They're like red, green, and
brown. No, you haven't seen them? They have like what, 7-8% alcohol in them?
They're
maybe more.
I don't know.
Anyways,
it's alcohol.
Yeah, it's alcohol.
Yeah,
it's
alcohol.
not a toy.
No. Well, I mean, I'm just kidding. No, it's not a toy. It's a little ball. And Luke Salas, shout out to Luke Salas, who's hopefully he's watching.
Shout out.
If y'all know where we can get the blue ones, Luke Salas has been looking for them all over the Texas, and we haven't found any of them. So if you find the blue buzz balls, contact Mr. Luke Salas. I'll put it on the comments later, and y'all can message him and see how it is.
You can send them to.
Going out to Bridget Matula, isn't that your?
That's my cousin.
Your cousin?
Yes, Bowling, Texas, 610 Texas. We all have matching tattoos. Everybody always asks me what my gangster tattoo is. It's my grandma's
610
house number. That's 610.
Is that the area code?
No, that's her house number, and then she lives on Texas Street. So I got a text.
I thought that was like your area code. I was like, damn, you're repping Boiling, Texas real
That's her
good.
inmate number. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's my inmate, maybe.
Your inmate number. And then, so Eagle Pass, Texas, right?
Yeah.
And do you still go back over there? And
No.
You're a San Antonio. Do you consider yourself a San Antonio,
Yeah.
a San Antonio girl now?
Don't hate me.
No, that's
But
great.
Yeah.
That's
no,
great.
I've now lived longer here than I did when I was over there. I think I left when I was 18.
Okay.
So, and my birthday is in 11 days. I'm throwing it out
Hey,
there.
what are we going to do?
The Rock at La Cantera is my
Okay,
birthday
we're going to
game.
celebrate it there. So don't forget the 27th. We're going to be at the Rock. We're going to be there. I'm going to be there too.
You're going to be there
Yeah,
too?
the 27th. We're going to be at the Rock. It's going to be y'all and Vanita, right? Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a fun show.
And I'm the least of the group.
Like I said, if y'all haven't seen...
I am. I'm the oldest one.
You're the oldest one?
I thought
You're 26.
Amy and you were the same age.
Yeah, I'm older than her.
Oh my god.
You're 26. You're the oldest one.
Ay, qué bonito.
Right? I'm so nice. I got to give a shout out real quick to Rigo Boots, my sponsor.
Ay.
Look at these. Look at these.
I had to ask him, did you shine those before?
No, I didn't actually.
The walking.
Check it out. Rigo Boots. They're out of Dallas, Texas. I'm wearing their shirt too. And if you use Rigo15 on RigoBoots.com, you can get a 15% discount on anything that you want on there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there it is right there at the bottom. Look at that. Look how professional I am.
I said mine are better.
I'm just kidding. Shout out to Eddie. He's the one with all the graphics and everything like that. Okay, so what's next? So y'all are going to do this album, and do y'all plan to do like a little tour for it? Or are y'all going to create a show around it?
Probably create a show around it. One thing that we recently purchased was an ear system. an in-ear system that
we
is
borrow
going
it?
to take a lot of convincing to.
You don't gotta convince me. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I don't need any. I don't know what life is. I hate playing without them at this point. But
For those of y'all that don't know what an in-ear system is where you hear everything right here.
Yeah.
In your ear.
yeah.
No, I mean, that's the best way. I mean, you don't have to carry monitors. It's a whole, you don't have to carry literally big old monitors that, you know, everybody needs. And y'all have so many people that they need monitors.
We
you know?
yeah, it's a lot.
So it's a good investment.
I want to. So we bought. Probably not for the whole band just yet, but we did buy one, and we're gonna look into using that to use tracks. Like it, I want to put a lot of thought into like what we record and how it's gonna reflect into our live show. Because to me, I don't want to go. When I go see bands play, and I see a lot of electronic bands play, I'm always curious: are they gonna have a real drummer? Are they going to have a DJ? Are they going to have tracks? Like it is so exciting to me to see what it's going to look like when I know that there are electronic drums and sounds. So for us, like, because we're incorporating some of that stuff into our album, I find it to be extremely important for it to be on our live show.
For sure. I mean, we run tracks with Destiny's band, and you're on top of that. And, you know, people are like, there's some musicians that I run into, and they're like, you don't have the click in your ear? I'm like, no, I have Christina and the Hosa in the back. Are you kidding me? Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, it would help that everybody has it, but if that's not an option, you know, because in-ear systems are very expensive. So if that's not an option, it's not an option. And your drummer really is the only person who needs it. If you're listening to your drummer, like you should be, then,
I do all the time.
then it is what it is. And it's, like playing with you guys, like Destiny, I know depends on me a lot. Sometimes I let her down when the track's cutting in and out. But and because you are on the computers.
She just shouted you out. Actually, she said, "Just want to say that I'm so proud of Christina and that I really am honored to have her as my drummer forever. I promise. What does it say? I promise to you bigger and better things. I love you."
I love you too, D. Love you too. We're gonna.
But no, that's great. I mean, I love that. I love that y'all are playing, and I love that, you know, like you said, you only back up those strong female singers, and I really think that's true. I mean, I heard y'all live, like I said, and y'all put on a good show, from what I remember. And
you wanted to be a part of the show too.
I did.
Listen.
You made me go up there. All I did was ask. You can tell the story.
Okay, so Rigo calls me and he says, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go to your show tonight." And I said, "Cool." And he said, "But I'm only going if you play, a Luis Miguel song or a Juan Gabriel song." And I was like, "I got one." I was like, "We got one." Yeah. He's like, "Fine, I'll be there." So he was dedicated 2 songs.
I was 2 songs?
You got Nunca Suficiente too, because he said you had to play that one.
Yeah,
even though I didn't want to. We did anyways.
Natalia's my girl.
So we played it, and Rigo was, when I say front and center, this is one of those times where I wish we had a clip.
Oh yeah, we don't have the clip though. But if you go on y'all's,
if you go to our Instagram, Llamativa official, it's in English.
You are serenading me. Well, not serenading because the song is.
We're staying together.
It's the latest video, and he's right there in a chair.
Yeah. I didn't do that. Y'all called me up. I just want y'all to know.
We did call you up. That is
I'm
fair.
not like Necio like that. Just I'm gonna sit right
every
here.
Word, and he sang along with Alicia, and it was a whole vibe.
It was cool. We had a good time.
There's smiles all across the place. It was fun.
And that's what I love about y'all's show. Like I said, I think that there needs to be more bands that bring that alegría, you know, like that like we're gonna have a good time tonight. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love sad songs. I love them. I love boleros. I love sad songs. But sometimes, especially now, I mean, with the world that we live in right now, you just want to have a good time, you know?
Yeah.
And I felt that vibe with y'all, and I really, really love that y'all bring that to the stage, you know?
Yeah, I think that moving forward, we're gonna have, once the music's out, we're gonna have a mix of that, pushing forward cumbia sound, salsa sound, with a little bit of mix of, here are all our feelings.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important because you want people to relate to your music. I think that's what people forget sometimes is, at least for me, when I'm listening to a song, I want to relate to it, whether it be something fun or something sad or, every which way on the spectrum. But that's what's most important. Like you can put there's songs that obviously have come out that the beat is what drives you and the song is absolutely stupid. But those artists don't last.
Yeah.
They're a lot of times one hit wonders, and they made their one song, and that's cool. Like you only need one song. Mike always says that. He always says you only need one song. Yeah. And that's true. But
yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of unknown artists that have great songs, but you just don't know about them because they didn't have that one song that everybody knows or something like that.
Exactly. You know I just hope that, you know, the one song we put out, and I'm not saying it's going to be the one we're going to be putting out soon.
No, I'll send it to you soon, don't worry.
But it could be another one, but I just, you know, that's something I want somebody to not only have a good time listening to it, but also relate to it, because I think that that's important.
I think people are going to really enjoy it because there's a lot of heart that's going to go into it. We're all eager to perform it and to be in the studio and record it and to be a part of the process. It's not just, you know, Christina and Mike and no one's allowed. Like everyone's there, and it's just... I keep messaging, when can I go lay down the vocals?
I know, she forgets that she's last.
I'm
that's a very important thing, right? To have a good vibe in the studio and make sure you get along with everybody, you know? I mean, you will have those times where it's frustrating, for sure, Christina. And
it's always me. Look, there's no doubt that I'm a hard person to work with sometimes.
But you demand perfection. That's why.
It's just, for me, like... I just have an idea of how I want things to be, and we're working with Alicia, and this is just me and her are doing a lot of the work for the band. She's really taken on all the social media, which I'm good at. I don't like doing it. Like I'm good at it. I just don't like doing it. There's two different things.
It's a whole other job.
It is. So
and it's so necessary now.
It is necessary. And so she's taken that on, and I'm doing more of like, here are the songs we're playing. Here's the album we're working on. Here are all the musicians we're going to use, because, you know, we have shifts in musicians sometimes, and we might, you know, move, you know, one person onto another spot, you know, this and that. So
that would be like the biggest challenge, right? For a big band like y'all's is that. To make sure y'all have to, you know, pivot every time somebody can't make it, or every time, you know, maybe the stage is not big enough for y'all, or maybe.
Oh yeah,
you know,
and there's not enough microphones or inputs, and that's one of the things that, like, with this band, when everybody I asked, I reached out to personally, and I started with, I don't want there to be pressure. You know, I want you guys to be comfortable. Yeah. And if you're unable to make a gig because of one thing or the next, like, I want you to be able to tell me, please tell me in advance, but I want you to be able to tell me, because I've been so fortunate for the band leaders that I've played with, like, to be that way. I do work in corporate America. I had, you know, a job that came before anything. Yeah. So I understand what that's like, and family too. You know, one thing that, and I'm sorry, I'm going to probably upset a lot of musicians here, but one thing that I wish I would have done is spent more time with my family. Oh yeah. And
time out. Speaking of that, good night, Lumen. I love you. Because she just said daughter. Good night. It's bedtime. She's got school tomorrow.
Oh, she got school tomorrow. I love that. That's so nice.
So I don't want anybody in our band to feel like you can't, you know, if there's something that's really important. Now, like, if it's a habitual thing, like, maybe you shouldn't be in a band. But But I've been a road warrior this entire time. I just want to make sure that you don't have that fear that you're going to get fired because you can't make a gig because, you know, it's your grandma's, you know, 100th birthday or something like that. Like, I don't want that. So I try to bring that up and say no pressure.
It's definitely a lifestyle that we live.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely something that, I mean, your family has to understand, your significant other has to understand.
Absolutely.
It's something that, you know, like those drives from Midland or from West Texas, and you get home at 7 a.m. and you're just like, why do I do this?
And then you can't go to sleep because your adrenaline is still pumping.
Oh, yeah,
it's the worst.
Oh, no, it's terrible. It's terrible. But
I just want to say, though, she has been probably the most understanding and the most flexible that you could think of. Because, I mean, it's just little things. Usually how we find out if we're going to have a gig, you know, it's her or I that finds out. Yeah. And then we just put a random poll in our group and it's like, just vote. Yeah. And
if the majority can do it, y'all do it.
yeah, and if nobody can't, you don't get like oh, come on. No, it's just, I got subs. Don't worry about it.
Oh, with us, you do though, right? You get a little bit of,
No,
not with us, so.
Yeah, I don't want to. I just like giving everybody a hard time. I don't know. I don't want that pressure, because you create a negative environment when you do that. And I'm sorry, like, for me, going back to, I wish I'd spend some more time with my family, and they're understanding. Everybody in my family knows they're all on this. They're all watching right now.
Yeah.
So they're not holding. They don't hold anything against me. My partner understands. We're good.
Yeah.
But it's tough, and as you get older, it gets even tougher to be, fully transparent. So I didn't want that for this band and these girls. I think because I've given them that, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think they're more willing to show up and be there and like be present when they can, and I appreciate that. So.
That's awesome. No, that's cool that you have that relationship with your band. I mean, that you're on understanding. I mean, I remember starting off with my dad. I was just 14, 15, and some of the guys that we started off with in his group would be like giving them crap sometimes if they couldn't make a show or something, or maybe they could do one show but they couldn't do the two, the Saturday or Sunday show. Mm-hmm. But it's a business at the end of the day.
It is, absolutely.
And
is.
If you have the people in your band that understand that it's a business and they're professional about it, it just makes it that much easier, and it makes it that much easier to play with them as well,
Yeah, and I do want consistency in our band. I don't want to be like, having to sub out somebody every weekend by any means. But I think that, some gigs like, hey, I really need you at this gig is a conversation that you have to be able to have, or hey, I understand that so-and-so is happening. So I just wanted to create a nice, safe space and environment for these ladies, because it's tough out here in general to be a woman musician. Yeah. I don't want anybody to feel, disrespected by any means.
And Alicia, I wanted to ask you, where do you see Llamativa? Like, where's the route that y'all want to go in about like 2 years? Where do you see yourself?
Mike said something at I think it was our second gig or third. I can't remember. It was for the Tejano takeover. Mm-hmm. And he introduced us as San Antonio's premier all-female group. Yeah. And that's kind of where I want us to be.
That's awesome.
Is if someone thinks of a cumbia group, they can include us with everyone that's up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted us to be known just nationwide, not just in Texas. Yeah. So, and I think the music that's coming is going to kind of maybe set us in that direction.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear that album. I'm very excited. 45, who's helping you out with the production and everything, they have a great studio over there. Mm-hmm. Shout out to John, shout out to Mike. They've helped us, good friends of the Navaira family, for a long time as well. I'm very excited to see what y'all come up with, and I can't wait, really. I do love seeing y'all play. I do love what y'all bring to the stage, and it's exciting. It's very exciting to be y'all right now, I would imagine.
I'm waiting for you to ask a dramatic question.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that, though. That's the thing.
Before he even goes into the drama, because I don't know what's happening.
Go for it. What do you want to say?
Guys, help us out. We have a little contest or an ask on Instagram. So if you can go to Llamativa Official, we are trying to get to our first 500 followers, and we're only about 110 off. So if you guys can just head on over,
we can do that for sure,
and go to Llamativa Official. I mean, if y'all want to go and push it to 1,000, that'd be great.
No, we want 10,000.
Okay, let's do that.
We want 10,000 for Llamativa.
But our social media is the same all across the board. So it's Llamativa Official.
We're bilingual.
And once we reach 500, then I'm going to give a few things out. So it's Llamativa swag. And if you guys want something that belongs to us or that we've touched at some point.
Nice. I love that. If it's touched at some point, here, you can have this towel.
Amazing.
Shoes, something strange.
There you go. Look, we got the scan to access Llamativa social media links right there on that side in the corner.
Mr. Weatherman.
On the corner. I know, I wish I was. No, that's really cool. Let's give some shout outs real quick before we go on. Just a FYI, the Tejano Music Legacy Foundation has started a pilot Tejano music program in Edinburgh, Texas.
Is that Gigi?
This is Gigi.
Gigi.
Saludos to Gigi. Bumper says hello from somewhere out there. Man,
Oh my gosh.
I wonder where you're at, brother. Mike Torres or getting rained out in West Texas.
Oh,
Do you have a story about that or what?
Mike, listen, let me tell y'all something. Mike Torres III loves to play in his band. And
He loves to play in the
he
rain.
loves to play just in general. Like, so we played a gig in, I don't even remember where it was. They all run together at some point, but it rained a lot. And I gotta be honest, Mike, I was ready to go home. It was raining nonstop, but there we were serenading all the people who showed up to this gig, tent to tent, and then under an overpass. I believe it was an overpass or like a city, like a hall or something. And I was playing a snare drum.
That's it?
That's it, because I was like, do I even need to play? He's like, yeah, put a snare drum, and I was ready to go home. But there I was with my snare drum, and he was, and the people loved it. And I get it. I understand, like, these people, they came out to see us. You got to give it back to them. They didn't get to see us. They paid to be there, whatever it is.
And that's the thing too that people don't understand.
No, they
people don't understand. I mean, you do these shows, you drive so long to play just. Sometimes just an hour, I mean, the Wisconsin gig, we only played an hour,
right?
And no matter what, if there could be thousands of people there, or there can be 10 people there, you need to play. And so they're supporting you, and you got to give it 100% no matter what, it could be tough, but at the same time, it's like these people paid money to go see you. These people, are supporting you. And you need to support them too. You need to show them what they came for,
right?
And play for them. And I like that y'all know that too. I mean, I'm sure that I've had shows where I think one time we had to play 2 sets, and there was only like 10 people there. It was like in Bryan, Texas.
Oh, been there, done that.
More than 10 years ago for sure. And we ended up trying to just do 4 hours straight because we knew if we were going to get off, like the people were going to leave. Yeah. So we did I think we did like 3.5, and then we took like a 10-minute break and we went back on and finished it off.
One thing I was taught very early on is that the crowd owes you nothing. They owe you, they owe you absolutely nothing. They showed up, they showed out. So you do the same thing back. If they choose to leave, they don't owe you anything. You're getting paid to be there, play. Yeah. And so to me, like I tell the girls sometimes when we've played, like, I think it's really just if we play like during the week and we know the crowd's going to be small, it's paid rehearsal, still play like you would if there were 30,000 people out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes those small crowds are the most rowdy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Rowdy. And they're so much fun, though.
There's so much fun. And sometimes those gigs, they get you gigs. Yeah. I'm like, yep, you never know who's watching.
Yeah,
ever.
One gig leads to another and another and another, and it just keeps going. And that's what's great about it, and especially in this day of age with TikTok and Instagram, people get to see you out there, and they see it's so much easier for people to see you out there, Right. And I think that's great. I love that y'all are taking, charge of that too. Alicia, you're running the group. So if y'all are messaging the group, Llamativa, you're talking to Alicia.
You're not talking to me.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
And if you're calling, you're talking to me.
You're talking to her.
If you're calling, you're talking to me.
That's awesome. Do we have to do some commercials real quick? Let's do some commercials so we can pay Bumper real quick.
Mira, aquí hay varios casitas bien bonitas. And not just here, by the way. Not just here. Anywhere. Namás haz reach out. Maybe north side, south, east, west. Namás puro reach out vibes. Suavecísimo. Bien. Mira, casa chingón y casa bien chingón. Mira.
Hey guys, it's Leo Correa with Grupo La Calma and Internet and Marketing Manager here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine Center in Odessa, Texas. Our General Manager, Mr. Anthony Patterson, a huge fan of Tejano music. So we are proud to announce that we are proud sponsors of the Bumpers Wacky Wednesday every Wednesday, guys. If you know anyone, family member, friends that is in the market right now, make sure you come by and visit us here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine Center in Odessa, Texas. You can visit us online, www.ronhoover.com. If you're in the market for a fifth wheel, we have both C classes, A classes. We have travel trailers, everything that you need to make memories with your family. Come by over here. We're located at 1529 East 2nd Street. 1529 East 2nd Street here in Odessa, Texas, or give me a call. Our cell phone number is 210-906-3796. We're here for you guys, and come by and see why everyone's talking about Ron Hoover of Odessa, Texas, your West Texas. Yes, guys. Vámonos.
Are you a disabled veteran unsure if you're receiving all the benefits you deserve? Contact Just for Veterans, Coach Retired Sergeant Major United States Marine Corps, Oscar Ornelas at 951-388-4072. With a deep passion for serving veterans from all branches, he specializes in VA ratings to ensure you receive what you've earned for serving our nation. At Just for Veterans, getting your disability claim processed is now straightforward, thanks to our veteran design system. Don't delay. Book your consultation today with Oscar Ornelas at 951-388-4072. Remember to mention you've seen this ad on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. Just for Veterans, if you don't win your claim, you don't owe us anything. Your benefits matter, and we're here to help.
Oh, yeah. We have a benefit plate sale fundraiser for Richard Rashawn Lopez. If you're in San Antonio on September 29th at the Social Spot right there downtown on Broadway Street. There's no cover. It's a free event. I think you get, 2 pork sandwiches, rice, beans, potato salads, pickles and onions, and jalapeno for $12. That's a pretty good deal. Sausage wraps for $4, and canned drinks or water for $1. And they start serving at 12 noon. So don't forget, plate sale fundraiser for Richard Rashawn Lopez. And you're going to have Enchanted Vision there, Leon Sanchez, Finding Friday, La Diferencia. Yeah! I had to do that real quick. Los Desperados, and Jay Perez there, La Voz. Okay. So y'all make y'all's way down there September 29th at the Social Spot. They're going to start serving at 12 p.m. The bands start at 2 p.m. So it's a free event. Take the family, no cover. It's going to be it's an event for a good cause. So y'all go down there at the Social Spot for a plate sale fundraiser for Richard Rashawn Lopez. And then we also have Stick with Rick, a benefit concert on Sunday, September 29th. It's going to have Ram Herrera, The Iconics, Texas Latino, Marcos Orozco, Conjunto Cats Meow, and Art Tejarina Band. This is going to be at R&J Saloon over there on the south side. This is going to be at 2:30 p.m. to 9:45 p.m. $15 a person, $25 a couple, and tables are going to be first come, first serve. So make sure you call and try to get a reservation there. 4910 South Florida Street. That's my barrio right there, man. Shout out to everybody on the south side. And it's going to be a good cause for Mr. Rick Vega, a great friend of ours, good friend of my sister and myself. So Stick with Rick, benefit concert, Sunday, September 29th. All right. Man, I didn't know I can do that. I'm pretty good. Look at me.
Look at you.
Just call me Joe Rogan. I'm just kidding.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I would like to have my own podcast, so maybe I'll just take this one over. I don't know. I'm just kidding, bumps. If you're just joining us, sorry. If you're just joining us, my name is Rigo Navaira. I'm your host for tonight. Bumper is out of the state. He forgot his hat in Milwaukee, and he had to go back and go get it. Oh. That's what happened. And he did go back, but he actually picked up Sonny Ozuna's hat instead of his. So
really?
Now he's back over here.
Okay.
He had to go back to get his hat. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to everybody in Milwaukee. We had a great time over there.
Yes, we did.
Touchdown all the time.
Touchdown all day.
Right? Shout out to everybody in the Facebook live chat as well. We got some comments going in. Look, Bumper commented, Rigo, you're doing an amazing job hosting. Freaking natural. Thank you, brother. Health Sin Fronteras. Saludos a mi gente de Monterrey. Los Hermanos Perez, all the way from Monterrey, Nuevo León. Health Sin Fronteras are actually a good friend of ours. If you're looking for a surgery to look good, or you need a surgery for anything, you contact Health Sin Fronteras. They'll take you to Mexico, and they'll take care of you. They have a 24/7 waiting staff, and they make sure that you're in good hands whenever you're down there doing your surgery. Mart, all the way Dallas area, right? It's a real rowdy crowd, especially if I'm out there. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, but sounds pretty necio. Saludos, Connie Cervantes in the house. Mike Torres Jr. all the way in California.
Yeah, we got to see the ranch. I got to see the ranch. It's so much cool.
Look, and then Mike commented 2 touchdown. And Destiny did 2 touchdown. Greetings from La Casita Garciasville. From Luis Garcia. Saludos, Luis. So yeah, I'm here with Grupo Llamativa. Christina, Alicia, thank y'all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. We were talking about y'all's new album that's coming out. Any plans for collaborations?
Not yet. That's
Who would y'all like to? If y'all could, okay, I'm going to give y'all a game. You got to pick one from Tejano and then one international. So you would probably do the Tejano one and then you can do the international one. Just because you come from that background. Who would you do?
I don't know.
Hold on, I should rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. Who would you do a collaboration with internationally?
Kanye Garcia, Karim Leon, Mon Laferte, Carl Morrison.
No, yeah, that's great. Those are great.
Those people would be amazing.
Those are great.
Jimena
great artists.
Sariñana on the international for me. For sure. Jimena Sariñana.
Jimena's great.
I'm a big
You got to see her live right at the Tech Port.
Yeah, I've gotten to see her, not the Tech Port, I got to see her at the Best of Mucho Fest.
Oh, yeah?
And I've gotten to see her, I got to see her at the Paper Tiger one time, actually, which was pretty cool. Wonderful. One of my faves. Very inspired. This album is very much inspired, like, by her.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, just her and Rusi. Big fan. That electronic Latino sound.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I think I have to say this just because, this is a straight, pretty much majority Tejano podcast. And a lot of the people who watch this are Tejano fans. Mm-hmm. I would encourage y'all to please I know there's a lot of people out there. I've met people out there that are like, oh, no, that's from Mexico. The music's too... it's not Tejano. And that's cool. It's not Tejano, but it's great music. And if you appreciate great music, you're going to open your mind to so many great artists and so many great songs that I feel like you're just going to love. It's just going to bring nothing but, it's going to open your mind to new horizons,
I can't agree with you more because I was one of those people who is dead stuck in Tejano. And I'm like, you know what? I need like a different influence because no one was putting out. And to me, like the early 2000s, like I was looking for something different than what was being put out. I'm not saying it was bad or anything. It just wasn't my style. And then I started getting into cumbia really hardcore. And then even more so when I started playing with Stephanie, and then even more after that, trying to expand my horizons on listening to stuff. One thing that I can't quite get into like banda or mariachi. I'm sorry, I just can't.
What?
I tried.
I love mariachi.
I really tried. I wasn't raised with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was kakukuka all day in Houston. So
kakukuka, yeah.
But I can't. There's just some of it, maybe a little bit, but not really. A lot of it for me is the pop music.
I love
not
it.
even the rock music. Like for me, it's just the Mexican pop music.
Yeah, Mexican pop. I mean, Julieta Venegas, Natalia Lafourcade, a lot of these artists. I mean, these guys, girls, I should say, they're playing all over the world. I saw Natalia in New York at Carnegie Hall. Like, she brought Mexico to New York. Like, that's what I think is so amazing. And I think that's the goal, in this industry that we're in, is to spread our music to people who wouldn't normally hear it.
Right.
And I love what you are doing in Austin. I love that you are doing it here in San Antonio, playing for a younger generation, and they get so excited when you sing, a cumbia or when you sing a ranchera, and it's just like we need more of that out there,
That was what I wanted to appeal to, because to me, like, cumbia is in a very high movement right now. There's a lot of cumbia bands, and we learned that at South by Southwest. We did one of their cumbia showcases, and we met all these other people like in the same age range as us, some younger, who are just,
and when we say
talented.
We were at South by Southwest. Like, no, we weren't one of the side, affiliated South by Southwest acts. No, we were official.
Yeah, official.
Yeah.
Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
artist,
And shout out to my friend Danielle Leon, who got us in kind of last minute into that. And
It's 2 days prior.
Yeah. And
Where did y'all play at down there in Austin?
The Flamingo Cantina.
Nice.
So that's on, it's right off 6th Street.
Yeah, I've been there before.
It was
So-
a vibe.
I've been there
it was
before.
a whole vibe. It was hot in there,
It
but it
was
was
hot,
a vibe.
but it was a
whole
vibe.
vibe. So, and again, going back to like the people there, like they're not, a lot of people from Austin are not from Austin. They've moved there for, one thing or the next. And they really dug it, and just people of different cultures and everything like that. And not just us, other bands that play, we made really good friends, really good connections there as well.
That's great. No, yeah, I think that, Austin is just going to be a step away. It's so close to us. It's an hour away from San Antonio, depending on traffic and stuff. But it's just, Austin is a way to show your music to the world, really. Mm-hmm. There's so many cultures, so many different kinds of music. We played at South by too, and we got to play with a lot of bands that I didn't even know about, but they're Latinos and they're Mexicanos, and they're doing, shout out to, my God, I can't remember his name. Nelson is his real name. But his stage name is,
Oh man, I'm killing it.
I'm messing up right now.
That's
I'm so
okay.
sorry, Nelson.
That's okay.
I know his real name, but his stage name, I can't remember right now, and I'm gonna regret it. But he does cumbia, it's like psychedelic cumbias.
Yeah.
And it's como las movies. That's his name.
Yeah,
como las movies.
Okay, como las,
Yeah, Nelson. Yeah, he's great guy. And
so it's like chicha style.
yeah, and it's so good. I mean, like, you hear these other groups too, like the Marias. They're out of Puerto Rico, but they're Latinx. They're Latinos, and it's so cool because they're working with Bad Bunny. They're working with artists that are playing worldwide, and I feel like that's what every new band or every band that's in this industry should be thinking about, is getting bigger and better.
I think that for Tejano music, you can be there, you can take it there. For this album, one of the questions that I had for just myself, really, it was like, are we going to do Tejano music for this album? I would say it's going to be more reimagined than anything. So I'm hardcore. I'm a diehard. Like, you'll see me, watching the Beer Depot stream just as the next person.
Hey.
But it's like,
Beer Depot, if you're watching, I have emailed you a million
oh
times.
my God.
And I live
Not
right
you
next
coming
to
from-
you. I
Yes.
live right next to you, so.
Either way, or like, you'll see me at
I
any
love
Tejano bar. Like, we could go down all the ones here.
Now,
in San
Beer
Antonio.
Depot is my place. Definitely been there a couple times, I would say.
But like I said, I'm diehard. Like, I love to dance, all that good stuff, and I want that to be a high influence in the music. But the dialed argument is what are we doing? What are we doing to advance our music?
Yeah.
What are we doing? So.
And I think I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I think that that's great because no matter what, we're Tejanos.
Right.
No matter what, we're from Texas. We're of Mexican descent. We're Tejanos. Well, you have 11% Irish. You told me before the show too.
I'm 11% Irish.
But the thing is
From
that
Texas.
we're trying to advance the music that we love. Like you said, y'all are working on this new album. Y'all are putting in all your influences, doing a song that's an emo song into a salsa or cumbia. Like, that's awesome. That's unique. I haven't heard of that, and that's what I think is what we need to do. We grew up at the Market Square. We grew up, around country, rock, Tejano, pop, everything. And I think that, now is the time to mix it all up together,
And I think what people are not realizing, because let's be honest, are you going to these shows? Because if I'm not gigging, I'm typically at a concert. I went to the Besame Mucho Fest in Austin. I saw people my age jamming out to people like Los Askis and Los Socios del Ritmo and Bobby Pulido. And like Alicia, what's her last name? I can never say it. Yeah, she went up there. She went up there, and her sound was cutting out. They're having issues with her tracks and stuff like that. And the girls next to me, probably in their early 20s, screaming, "Just put the track on. We'll sing to her."
Yeah.
Because is that 20-year-old girl at the Tejano show down the road?
No.
Probably not.
No.
So where's the gap?
I think we seclude ourselves. I think that the Tejano industry secludes itself. And if it's new, no, I want to hear 1392, which I love.
Yes, we all love.
And I love you, David.
Yes.
But the thing is that we can't stay in the past.
No,
you know?
And I don't think, I mean, obviously is that the solution? I don't know, but I will tell you the most influential thing went again and I tell everybody the story about Llamativa and why I wanted to kind of incorporate my emo roots is because I went to a Pierce the Veil show.
Oh, okay.
Here in San Antonio.
You're emo, man.
Yeah. I went, me and my partner went to, shout out to Sam. And we were in VIP right there, straight in the front. And they played Tragos Amargos. And Pierce the Veil is one of those groups that has stood the test of time. Like, my students that I teach who are, 13 and younger, 16, however, they're like teenagers, they're still listening to the same stuff that I listened to at that age. And they've stood the test of time. And
is that like the same category as like August Burns Red? And
yeah, kind of. That's a little harder music, but still. So they played that, and like the crowd went wild, and they sang it. That was how they walked out on stage, and I'm like, okay, like we're missing the mark. We're not being inclusive enough. Like what can we do to get people to actually want to come out? And it's not your parents' music, So
which we still love, though. Which we
absolutely still love.
We need to evolve,
right?
From there.
And I think I don't know that everybody who's creating music has that in mind, and I don't want to. I only want to
call them out. I'm just kidding.
No.
Call them out.
No. Because I think traditional Tejano music should absolutely still be there.
Oh, yeah,
for sure. There
needs
to be a good balance. But what I mean by that is, like, are the people who are producing their music, are they listening to new stuff? Mm-hmm. Are the people who are asking you to produce their music, are they listening to new stuff, or are they just asking you for a song?
And I think that's a good point that you're bringing up, because nowadays, and I'm not saying this about everybody, but there's people out there that, this is a hard business. Mm-hmm. This is a hard thing to do. And you have to put quality over quantity. Mm-hmm. You have to put quality over quantity. And if the way to do that is to be involved in what you're doing. If you just hire somebody to just do the music and be like, hey, can you get songs for me? The producer's, he's getting paid. So of course he's going to do that,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I understand that's their way they make money. But the more that you're involved with the music, the more that you put yourself in your project, the better that it's going to come out. The more, personality of yourself is going to come out through the music as well. And I think that's what we lack in a lot of new
that is exactly what we lack. Like, otherwise you're just, you're making a reproduction of the exact same song over and over and over again. And that's where we hurt. That's where we as an industry are hurting. So and
stop with the CDs. God damn it. We don't have CDs anymore. It's over. CDs are not around anymore.
But some people still buy them.
I understand. I understand, but I don't
still have a CD.
Yeah. You know how many I ran?
Okay,
I'm
sorry. It's very emotional for me. I'm very triggered.
I ran La Cuarenta Singles booth for a little while in Vegas while they had just gone there. I had already been there. So I was like, I'll help y'all out. I ran it a little bit. They sold a ton of CDs to the people there, like a ton.
No, yeah. And you know what? I give it to them. The older generation.
They love them.
They love
the CDs.
And I love you guys. I love you guys. I really do.
But our generation, no. Spotify and all the
Apple Music,
like
iTunes.
I know
Apple Music,
it's frowned upon for us to use it, but you know what it is, and we just have to adjust.
We have a wide range of people that have started following us and have gone from one gig to another to another.
Mm-hmm. Strange.
And you'll have my parents who are in their 70s.
Okay, yeah, the older,
And then you have my child who is obsessed with the band.
Yeah.
Who's 10.
I love that.
And I feel like anything in between is just, it's amazing. And without them, I think that the crowds that we have been pulling in wouldn't exist, because we have a lot of people that tag us, a lot of people that, so social media has also been a huge help.
It's a huge thing.
I do think that in the future when we do release it, we're gonna have to have a few CDs because of the generation.
I guess you're right.
that's
it triggers me.
No, I completely I can agree with you. I don't think that you made some large production of CDs. They're not gonna sell. But I think
I will scratch all the CDs.
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
I agree with you in that sense. But going back, I think that that's a big thing. Like I told Mike and John from the beginning, and Mike knows how I am. I mean, we've known each other forever, so he knows how I am, probably better than I know myself. And I'm just going to be very particular, about what's happening and how many artists do that. You know, I'm not saying that, people don't, but like you said, here's your song. It's been produced. You just need to sing it. Or, here's the song. I want you to play the drums just like this. Yeah.
No, see that pisses me off. I'll stupid. I'm just kidding. It's just I love, like, for you. Mm-hmm. If I was to get you, which I am gonna put you on my next EP, what I wouldn't say, I want you to play it exactly like this. I would say, this is what I'm thinking about. Put the Christina in it. You know what I'm saying?
And I would, and I'll be honest, and I'm just gonna be honest because you're here. Mm-hmm. It's really hard when you have, and this I'm sure goes for anybody. You have your recording drummer sometimes, your touring drummer, and it's really hard sometimes for me to play to whoever recorded your stuff. They have a different feel. They have a different whatever, and I don't think that that's not normal because you're not always going to be the person recording on the album. But I do think that there's a little bit of an expectation to allow the person who's playing your music to play it kind of a combination or, but of their own style as well. And I don't want to play for any bands who don't allow me to have a little bit of that freedom. Yeah. And one thing that I learned, I took a drum lesson from Beyonce's previous drummer, Cora Coleman. Mm-hmm. And she was wonderful, one of the nicest people, like, on that level that I've ever met. I had 2 hours with her. And she told me, she said, anybody who's told you that you don't need to be able to read music to make it to this level lied. And she's like, I had to submit what I was going to play ahead of time because it had to sound right with what's on the actual album. Yeah. And that's electronic music. Beyonce's music is not...
Especially this
a lot
new
of
album.
Computer.
Before the country one, the Renaissance one.
Yeah, and she doesn't play for her anymore, but like she had to write out like ideas of what she was going to play before they even considered auditioning her. Yeah, and she just talked about like, this is what's on the album, and she was showing me like, this is what's on the album, but this is what I play live, and they were so similar, but she's like, that feels unnatural to me. Mm-hmm. So this feels more natural, but you can't tell the difference. Yeah. I think that that's really important when it comes to all of that. Yeah. Like, and going back to like the studio and stuff like that. Am I going to use Llamativa members for every single thing? I don't know yet. I don't know. Yeah. I want it to sound as best as possible, but I'm going to have it as true to us as possible. And then when I say, hey, let's play this song live, I don't expect...
It wouldn't be a problem because they know how it goes, or they know exactly what it is. Alicia, like, I wanted to ask you too, because you're from Eagle Pass. I don't know if you were really involved in the Tejano industry or if you know about it as much as, Christina or myself. But we're growing up, was it popular down there, or was it? So
up until 2 years ago, I was not involved in Tejano.
So you're coming in as an outsider for sure.
Completely. My very first experience was, and a huge shout out to my girlfriend who's watching. I love you. She gifted me studio time at Slack Monster with Sevi. I had never heard myself professionally recorded, nothing. I was just doing karaoke. And that's how Tejano started. I didn't know he was
with Texas Latino.
Yeah. I didn't know he was, Tejano music. I didn't know that he was an award-winning engineer. Yeah. I didn't know any of that, but I sang for him and he was like, where have you been? Yeah. He gave me a song and that was my first kind of into Tejano music. Then I started to listen to it. Well, then he told me that he used to play for Shelly. I had no idea who she was. Yeah. She was literally sitting next to me and I was like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I didn't, but so a lot of people, because Shelly was the producer of my first EP. She did everything. And when they ask me, how do you feel working with such an icon? I wish I could tell you that I know her performing side.
Yeah.
But I know Shelly as the next stage in her life that she's in.
Yeah.
And that's the appreciation that I have for Tejano music, is that I listen to it a little differently versus than what I think everybody else knows.
And that's great.
I listen to, I guess, the musicality of it all versus, you know, queremos bailar.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah. No, but that's the best way to come into it. I mean, you know, us growing into that whole industry, growing up in it, you know, we always hear, I mean, at least for myself, I heard the same songs.
Don't get me wrong, I know who your uncle was.
Oh, yeah.
My parents were blasting
I'm just
that.
kidding.
I know, and I've seen those videos.
Oh, yeah, my dad's shaking it. Yeah. No, I mean, we grew up with that, and it's so cool to get a different perspective from somebody who, you know, is outside of it, because it brings a whole other sound. It's going to bring a whole different influence into it. And it's going to just open the doors to many more opportunities.
I have the utmost respect for it because I cannot sing it. I have tried to sing part of Shelly's songs. I have tried to sing Selena's songs. I have tried to sing Elsa Garcia. And I'm like, I don't know how they do this. It's just, it is a whole different, like, the craft is just incredible. I love it. I don't think I have changed my radio station since I was 2 years ago. Now it's just pure Spanish. If it isn't KLMO, it's all the other hot somethings, because I feel like everybody
Hot Tejano, yeah. Shout out to Hot Tejano.
And it's just it's been fun. So when she's like, we'll do some Tejano, I'm like, all right, I'll tiptoe into it.
But you put I think that's where you should put your own twist on it. I mean, that's what would make it.
That's why I said
different.
Tejano reimagined, because I don't want it to be super traditional. I mean, one thing that we are going to incorporate on the album that we don't have is accordion.
Yeah.
So,
any girl accordions that are watching
For
right
real,
hit us up for an audition. Hit us up like I'm part of the band.
And if no one gets it to us, we'll make accordion happen. So there's too much talent in our band not to have one.
For
So,
sure. At least 3 of them that could do it. All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of us. I wish I could, but I have to play drums. So
you wish you had an extra set of hands.
I know.
If anybody wants to teach me, I'm willing to.
You're right.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that.
So we're looking at that too. So Tejano Reimagine. Again, I have a very tropical influence, so I'm looking at how that would sound.
And so I would like to say too, like, you know, if you're a new artist out here, if you're watching, if you're listening, look at these bands that are coming out right now. You know, Llamativa, who's playing at different places, not just at the Tejano clubs. You know, Vanita Leo, she's working in LA and she's doing stuff out there.
Shout out to her. She just released a single.
Yeah, she just released a single. You know, my sister Destiny, she's also trying to find different ways to reach a different kind of public. And I think that's what we need, you know? I mean, you're going to have those, you know, I don't know, Juan Martinez on Tejano Nation say, that's not Tejano. But who cares, brother? Who cares, Juan? Just go back.
The definition of Tejano music is music made in Texas.
Yeah, and then
regardless of what it is,
this so-called fake. What'd you say, Juan? Whatever.
Juan Martinez.
Juan Martinez, who's saying it's not Tejano. Okay,
fan.
so how old are you? Are you?
Oh, these guys are like
50 years old, 60 years old, and what happens when you die and the onda's gone because it wasn't Tejano?
Yeah, these guys, like Juan Martinez is my imaginary fake fan
what
from
happens?
Tejano.
Who's gonna carry it? So why
this
don't
guy
you
lives in
support us?
Falfurias and he drinks
There's
a 12-pack of
your
Bud
dad's
Ice.
asking for chisme.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so do we have any chisme? Yeah, I know y'all do. Y'all stayed real quiet on that
last
part.
time I was on the show, so I'm trying.
No, we don't. You know what?
You got what?
I got in trouble the last time I was on the show, so I'm trying to stay chill.
I think that I don't think it's chisme.
I don't know.
I don't think it's chisme. I think it's like what we're saying. You know, there's a lot of people out there that think that they can do this like nothing, but that's not the case.
No,
you know, that's not the case. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that are flooding the industry to where it's harder for the people who are really taking this seriously to try and make it, you know, in a way.
And there's a lot of people that, never mind. Mm-mm.
Just say it. You already started. You can't take it back now.
There's a lot of people that are under the impression that they are very, very good at their craft because of some of the older generation and stuff. And I need y'all to stop telling people that.
We're trying to get the cheese out, people.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get it.
I feel like it won't it won't grow.
Go ahead.
It won't grow like you mentioned, or it won't get
No, it
better if it's just
the same stuff.
And that's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. If you're putting out the same stuff, if you're not being involved in your music, in your project, then it's
not you. It's the same producers.
Yeah, it's the producer that's putting it out, and it's their sound. You know, I got to work with before they broke up, Jaime Los Chamacos, and it was my first experience in the studio with Gibby Velasquez, and I love Gibby, great friend of mine, awesome. But if you don't step in and say, "Hey, this is what I was thinking," if you don't collaborate, then it's just going to be his show, and for every reason, he's a 14 winner. 14 time Grammy Award winner, you know, shout out to Gibby.
But if you don't take that command and you show this is what I want, you know, and I don't talk about this, and I don't. There's just some things that I will always have respect for. But when I was in the studio with Gabriel, with Stephanie, it was a pretty hard discussion, like. And I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, it was collaborative, and he had ideas, but he kind of let me do whatever I wanted. Now, if he didn't like it, we didn't have a problem. He just told me, hey, let's try it. Let's do it again. But he had an idea of how he wanted it. He would present it to me, and then I would record. There were specific parts he wanted done specific ways, but I will always appreciate that. And I think that seeing that side versus like being with Gibby or because I've been with Gibby too.
Mario Ortiz.
I haven't worked with Mario, but just those two, or like just some other people I've recorded short tracks for. You've got to be able to talk with who's recording your music, because ultimately if they don't have an idea of what you want, then they're not going to be able to execute it, and then you're going to be dissatisfied forever. So if you don't like something, say it. You know, don't just always take their word for it.
It's your project at
the end of the day. So I find that to be really important. I think that as we get further along into the album, I feel that Elise is going to call me crazy. I think Amy's going to call me crazy. I think
we already do.
I know, they already do. Even just Vettel doing conga. Vettel is actually doing congas for the song that we're working on the other day, and she was very like, I was trying to tell her my ideas, and we weren't arguing or anything. It was just like me explaining to her what I wanted, and then she got it. She executed it once we were on the same terms. I think that stuff is important.
That's good. No, I like that, everything that you're saying right now. I mean, it's true. That's what I agree with too. Let's do some shout outs real quick. We got Tejano Swag Radio is tuned in. Mary Cruz, Greta Ghana. When do y'all play next?
We play
Saturday.
Next Friday.
There you go. We play on Wednesday in Austin, and then on the 27th at the Rock at La Cantera.
I'm speaking it into existence since you're going to get another gig.
Event, guys. It's family friendly. It's free.
Event.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Next
you just got to get out there. Next Friday.
There's the picture. Yes, thank you.
Next Friday, not next Saturday. Next Friday. Yes.
I don't know where he's sending y'all, but
yeah, I'm trying to get y'all out there, man.
You can also see all of the information of all the gigs that we have on our social media. Llamativa
Follow him,
official.
Llamativa. We're trying to get to how many followers?
500.
500. We're gonna get there for sure. Easy. Jorge Cardona. Facts. Also, I hope there's a Juan Martinez watching. Same. If you are watching Juan Martinez, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the other Juan Martinez. Christina, always stay true to you, boo. Love you, Greta. From Greta Ghana. Mary Jane Menchaca. She says hi to you, Christina.
Hi, Mary Jane.
Bumper Rigo, question for you. Is hosting a podcast easy? I could do this in my sleep.
Except for remembering
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just can't announce dates great. No.
That's okay.
Shout out to Bumper. Thank you for giving me this chance, Bumper, to do this. I'm having a blast.
Thank you, Rigo, for inviting me to Bumper's show.
Bumper didn't invite you, right?
No. I haven't been on it, but you know.
Oh my God, there's your cheese too.
Yeah, there's a cheese right there. Bumper don't invite a lot of people.
You know, Alicia C will be on Bumper's
Yeah,
show.
Hopefully one day, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Lisa C is still doing her own
Oh, so you're still doing your own stuff too?
Yes.
And what like genre would you, or not genre, but like, are you working on like projects right now or anything like that?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So I was recently signed, but I'm not allowed to say exactly until the announcement is made. But I can tell you it's going to be a pretty awesome international type music.
Nice.
With a lot of Jose and Juan Gabriel.
That's my stuff right there.
Joan Sebastian type.
All her powerhouse vocals.
Yes, are going to be there.
That's awesome.
So
I love
it's
that.
going to be, bringing that old.
That
My
sentimiento.
my solo stuff is. It's the nickname is La Voz de Mis Recuerdos, and it's pretty. It's a lot of I make people cry, and that's what the album's gonna be like.
That's the best. What type of to drink, right? Everybody needs to party. What type of or when do you think that project will be out, or like what are you estimating?
I'm supposed to release something this year, a single this year.
Okay.
Do I have a date for it? Not yet, but this
It's
year
coming.
could mean 31st of December. I don't know.
It's coming though.
But there's multiple projects happening at that facility.
and that's the thing too. Like I wouldn't want you. I mean, as an artist too, I don't like to rush my stuff either. It is good to have a deadline, and us musicians are procrastinators, I could say, because I am a big one. But you want everything to sound the way you want it. Like it goes back to what Christina was saying. You want to make sure that you say, yes, I want that. No, I don't want that, because it's your music. It's your name.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, though, singing is what I want to do and what I love to do. And I'm filling that cup with the band and with my solo stuff. So I'm not, my cup is runneth over.
Do you want to sing a song? They've been asking you to sing.
We don't have anything.
I got a bottle right
you
here.
do. Go for it.
Make her sing over a track.
Nah. Come on,
He's got a guitar.
you got a bajo sax.
Is that yours?
No. But remember, it's my house now. I own it.
So is it in tune? This is me how I am. I can't even.
You want to do the Wanga one?
I don't have any of these songs memorized.
No? You sang it last year.
So
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot too. I apologize.
Fact, I have never sang any of the songs that I've sang with the band. I was, like I told you, I was traditional mariachi, so these are all brand new that I've learned.
I know a mariachi. What mariachi?
Do you know Por un Amor?
Yeah. What key do you do there?
Sepa, I can't help you there.
Oh, so you probably are. You good with that? All right, let's try this.
I didn't warm up nothing.
Hold on. Shout out to David L. Garza in the house also, because he said I didn't shout him out earlier. Shout out to David L. Garza.
Yeah.
Love you, brother. All right. Let's see if we can do this.
This is awkward.
Por un amor. Me desvelo y vivo apasionada. Tengo un amor que en mi vida dejó para siempre amargo dolor. Pobre de mí. Esta vida mejor que se acabe no es para mí. Pobre de mí.
Ay, corazón.
Pobre de mí. Cuánto sufre mi pecho que late tan solo por ti.
Hay un amor. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That was awesome to jam with you, man.
I just drank 40 ounces of Coca-Cola.
Hey, that's where you get the raspiness from. That's where you get that raspiness from. No, that's cool. Alicia, man, you really do have a powerful voice, and you really do take control of it. And, that's something that I really want to emphasize to the people that are watching. If you go see Llamativa, you're going to have a good time. You're going to be surrounded by chingonas. Mm-hmm. By chingonas that will tell you what to do and get out of their way, because they're not going to stop for anybody.
No,
damn it.
we're mean.
Yeah, they're mean. I got scared. I'm not gonna lie. I got scared.
I'm mean.
But we do wear leather.
Yeah. That's awesome. So yeah, what do y'all like? Y'all's image. What do y'all think?
Lord bless. I'm gonna handle that one. Okay. So when she says I'm making a band, this is the vibe. You're thinking, you know, you know the history of where she's coming from. So what kind of group she just came from, you know, and stuff. So that's kind of like what you think this is going. But no, this was like a new and improved 2.0 super group. And then she sends the Pinterest board that has, I don't know. She sends a Pinterest board and it has freaking pokey chokers
She's like a bunch of just steals. It's just a bunch of pictures from the new Beetlejuice movie.
And yes, it's a bunch of Lydia Dietz.
It's a bunch of Jenna Ortega pictures.
But then she says, "But make it pretty."
But I think Latinas can wear. I think Latinas wearing black
like
is
Marilyn
powerful.
Manson, and it's in there. His logo is in there, and it was just. And I'm just, no, we're not doing that. We're not.
I love that.
It actually works out. We're kind of like a.
I'd like to say that we are doing
bonitas.
that actually.
We're punky bonitas.
Punky bonitas.
Punky
Sure, that's actually
bonitas.
hilarious. We should have
Hold on, I gotta read more because we're getting a lot of comments right now.
We're punky bonitas.
Shit, let's see. Robert Vasquez, saludos desde Littlefield, Texas. Miss Hinojosa, love the way you play the drums. Y eres una hermosa jovencita.
Who said that?
Mr. Robert Vasquez.
They call me?
Did they talk about me earlier? Let's see. Raulito, my dad says, how does it feel to be the greatest drummer in the world, Christina? And he spelled your name wrong.
It's okay.
But he puts a bunch of hearts on there. Let's see. Christina rocks. Raulito. Greta puts a heart. Bumper put. Wow. Gabriel Vasquez. Wow, those vocals are amazing. Keep it up. Shout out from Hot Tejano crew.
Gracias.
Steven Villela.
Oh, Stefan.
Villela.
Yeah,
I can't talk right now. Stefan. I'm sorry, Stefan. Saludos a Stefan. My dad. Good job, Alicia.
Thank you.
Awesome from Robert Norega, right? Saludos. Yeah, really good. That. Yeah. Yeah, he put it again. I think he wants you to know that you're a hermosa jovencita.
Thank you guys for following. Look at all those.
Yeah, that's
They're
great.
just coming in.
I see them coming in.
I love that, guys. So what's one place that y'all really want to play at that y'all are looking forward to playing at? If y'all could choose anywhere, let's stick with Texas.
You just.
I think I would like to do like a big cumbia. I don't know, it's like a place necessarily, but like a festival. I think we've made some really good friends with a lot of.
Actually, no. I think we should just create our own.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
because there's some really talented groups that we got to make friends with at South by Southwest and stuff like that, and I just feel like there's a lot of talent that's just completely being overlooked, and I think it'd be a good time. And we have, between me and Alicia and all the other girls in the band, we have such a high network of different groups that I'd love for us to do something big. But yeah, Best of Wisher Fest would be crazy. That'd be amazing to do something like that.
Oh, how stressed would you be for that show, though?
I would not. I'd run off the stage.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd be fine.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd feel
you
fine.
better not.
I'd feel fine.
I would be stressed out for you.
I never stress about the crowd. Like, I don't have, like, I never, for me, it's just making sure the equipment works. That's why I stress.
No, I mean, at those places.
Though, when I'm singing, it all goes away.
Yeah.
But once I'm already like, there's 4 seconds left in this song, and then I'm gonna have to say thank you or something afterwards. Oh my God, what am I gonna say?
Oh my gosh.
Don't ask a question. Don't ask
You
a
know
question.
what?
Don't ask a question.
Dad, if you're watching, you're gonna have to help Alicia out with the talk, with that little talk. You know what I'm saying? That's great though.
I was not gifted with the gift of gab.
No, it's tough. It is tough. I will tell you that much. It is tough, especially. I mean, it's just you want to have the people engage with you. You know, and you want to make sure that they're not bored, or you want to make sure, you know, I mean, at least for me, sometimes when my sister is singing, there's not people dancing. And it's like,
too mesmerized.
There's some, I mean, there's some people that are just watching her sing. And then like we're playing and it's like a ranchera or something or a cumbia, and nobody's dancing and we feel, oh man, like.
I just want to tell you, my little one fell in love with both y'all when we went to what's the name of that restaurant that's on this side of
Pico de
our-
Gallo?
Pico de Gallo?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We did the Tejano nights over
we
there.
went for my partner's birthday back in March.
I love that.
And she wanted to take a picture, so we had to take a picture. And she
Give her a big hug for me, please.
she's asleep, but yes.
Oh, tomorrow. No, that's great. And how is it like being a musician and having, you know, your daughter look up to you and would you want her to be part of it? Would you want her to grow up into it, or how do you feel about that?
So she has two very, very talented influences in her life. I want to say, and I'm going to say two, me being the second one. Her mom, in her own right, is the
artist.
She's an artist. She's an advocate. She's an activist. She's everything that you could think a good human being could be. So that's sorry.
No, that's great. I know I saw you tearing up. No, that's awesome.
Crying.
That's beautiful.
It's cute though.
It's beautiful. Like, yeah, it's beautiful.
I'll talk for you. Mary is a filmmaker. She's an artist. She's done work for us too, for Llamativa. She has a film that's being shown all over the world right now.
Wow.
It's insane. Like she's very, very talented.
It's awesome.
So it's fun to hear Lumen be like, I have two famous parents and I'm not famous. Nobody knows who I am, you know. But she wants to be a food critic in her own right.
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anybody say.
That's how she's gonna make her stamp in the world.
That's awesome.
It's not gonna be in the music industry, but I'm pretty sure one day I will be at a restaurant singing while she's
eating the food and saying this. She's like, this is trash. No, that's awesome though. That's so great. I mean, I know, you know, growing up too in the industry, seeing my dad do his thing, and it's just awesome. You know, I'm very proud of my dad and everything that he's done. And I know that special feeling, you know, I mean, I can only imagine what she's feeling like, but I can have an idea because, you know, it's just something else whenever you see, you know, your dad or your mom putting on a performance, doing what they love to do. That's their profession, you know, and it's just, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. It really is. You're going to get me crying now. Hey, relax. Shout out to y'all's partners, right? You all want to do a little shout out to them.
Shout out to Sam.
Sam. She was my drinking partner at the Lighthouse.
She really was.
She had a blast. Yeah. We had a blast together.
Yes. That's when she becomes Samuela. Oh. So when she's been drinking.
Okay, so I become Rigoberto, but then also if I have tequila, way too much tequila, my alter ego is Ulises.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, Ulises.
Yeah,
Ulises.
from Sinaloa. And I'm just kidding.
From Sinaloa.
From Sinaloa. I've never even been to Sinaloa, but I would like to imagine that.
So Ulysses and Samuela.
It's not a good combination, I'll tell you that much.
Sam has been through the ringer for me being a musician all these years. She's been very supportive. I will tell you one thing about Sam that I find unique to everybody else's partners is that she's not going to go to every gig. It doesn't mean that she's not supportive. It's just like, for her, like, she wants it to be a really big gig that she goes to. She's got her own stuff going on, her own individualism, which I think is really important for somebody who's with a musician. Yeah. You have to have your own life, because I'm gone on the weekend. So what does she do? She hangs out with her friends, she plays video, whatever she's doing. I think that's important. And it's hard. It's really tough to have that balance in that lifestyle. But
yeah, it's not for everybody, but you find those people that will stick by you, and that's a great thing to have people that support you and know what you're going through.
Yeah, and you can't ever be mad at that person because, you know, it's not their thing, you know what I mean? It's your thing, and she has a lot of support and respect for that, and she's been really supportive of Llamativa. She doesn't like to run merch, even when I beg her to, but she will if I really ask her to. I did try to convince her to play congas as well as accordion with us. That also did not happen.
We recently found out too, by the way. Mary and Sam both knew that you were trying to get a hold of her, and they equally were like, "What?" Remember when you were trying to get a?
Oh yeah.
Sam? So Mary was like, "I think they're trying to get your attention."
Mm-hmm. Both of them. So Gabri's strap fell off on her bass. So she had to play the entire song hunched over like this.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. And I'm looking at, Sam is looking at me, right at me, and Mary's looking right at me. And I'm looking at them like pointing and this and that, and they're just looking at each other. And like nothing, both of them, because they were sitting together, and I was just like, Lord Jesus, like, never mind.
I guess I want to get a little personal with y'all, and if y'all don't feel comfortable with it, y'all don't have to say anything. But I do really admire too that y'all are in the industry, especially here in San Antonio, that y'all are open about y'all's lives, about y'all's who y'all love, and that's beautiful to me. Growing up in this era right now. Compared to like what the 90s was and whenever Tejano was in its prime, it's a very different world that we live in.
Right.
And I just want to say, I really do admire that y'all are, like I said, y'all are chingonas. Y'all are out there doing y'all's thing, and y'all represent not just your culture, but the community as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that, there's something like with this band, yes, me and Alicia have a similar lifestyles and all that good stuff, but we're not the only ones in our band who do. And I'm not here to tell anybody's life and their story, but I will tell you, like the clothing and stuff like that. And like, I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable because I think that that's important. I've been so fortunate to play with bands who don't care about what I wear, what stuff. I mean, maybe the colors, but that's simple. It's a simple ask for me. And I want the same thing. I want everybody in my band to have their own individual personalities and their, look and style. I think it's important.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because we want everybody to be who they are, their unique self.
Exactly.
And more of a family. Like that's just.
I'm not going to tell you what you cannot and cannot wear.
Yeah.
You can and cannot wear. I think that is ridiculous.
If anything, a perfect example was this weekend. Everybody was asking, what are we wearing? She's like, black and white. I showed up in green. I said, no.
Yeah, she showed up in green. And I said, it has white on the green.
But I wanted to wear a guayabera for a fiesta.
Yeah, but it looked fine.
Going into this industry, that was one of the main things that I focused on. Because it was asked, are you sure you want to... You don't want to keep that part of yourself hidden. I'm like...
No,
I came out of the closet way long ago, and nobody's gonna put me or tell me to go back into it.
I say this because I have a lot of people in my life that friends, and that have opened up to me about their sexuality, and it's great because you know what? There's nothing better than just being yourself to your friends and to your family, and I really admire that about y'all because y'all are in an industry that. At one point it was frowned upon, to be open
not even
like
just
that.
the industry, just that time when it was so big.
Exactly.
And I think that we've come a long way from that. I don't.
For sure.
I feel for me and Alicia, going back to Mary. Mary's super supportive. She took the pictures that you're looking at. She created the logo that you're looking at. She did all of that. She's super supportive of the group. She's there taking like short clips for our social media at the shows and anything that you see. It's Mary.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I for one, just from the outside looking in, I know she's super supportive of you. Where Sam is supportive is here. My mental and emotional state, because how I am. Like I can be very I go crazy, and she's the one to hold me together when I think everything's gonna fall apart. Like she talks me through it, and that to me is. I don't need her to show up to every gig. I don't need her to give her 2 cents every 2 seconds.
I just started. I want you there all the time.
I want Sam there all the time. But again, going back to that individual lifestyle, like all the years that I've been on the road, I can't expect her to drop everything every weekend. And again, going back to, I think that's the expectation that some of us musicians need to have for our partners.
Yeah, and that's great. I love that y'all are yourselves. That y'all put that. I mean, that's who you are, and it's beautiful. It's a really great thing because which shows advancement in this industry. In this industry, I can't talk. It shows advancement in this industry. It shows, hey, this is the time we're living in, and you got to be who you are. And I really admire that about
And I don't think that it should be reflective upon our music whatsoever. Like the music, the lyrics that we've chosen are pretty generalized, or we swap them around, or we haven't for some of them. We've just left them as they are.
Even if you listen to my EP, there's no gender in the music.
No,
and it could be for anybody.
Yeah, it could be for anybody. You know who I was listening to recently? Chapo Roan. My little sister got me into her, and she's lesbian, and she puts out this amazing record. If you haven't heard her latest record, it's really good. And you know, it's so funny because on my TikTok, you have like the straightest dudes jamming to her songs, and I love it because I'm one of those dudes too. I love Chapo Roan, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's so badass. They are, you know, y'all are y'all, and if you don't like it, well then get out of the way.
Yeah, I really could care less.
Pretty much how life should be.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, it's like I could be seeing somebody, I don't like the color of the shirt. To me, it's the same thing. I don't.
Get out of here! I don't like your.
I don't want to.
Green shirt.
If you're not feeding me, financing me, or then it doesn't.
Oh my lord!
Exactly.
It's none of your.
I love that.
It's none of your business. Like
exactly.
In life, I mean, you see everything that's going on right now, especially with what's coming up in November. It's like really, it's just like, don't. Does it really bother you? Even like trolls on
it's all stupid people.
Crazy.
It's all stupid.
Mind's business.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I really do admire that about y'all. I love you guys too. I look at y'all like sisters in this industry. So, you know, I'm a compadre. So whatever y'all need. Yeah, y'all know y'all can count on me. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to y'all soon. I promise. Destiny's got to help me with the lyrics, but it's gonna work out. Eddie, do we have to do some? We're good. We don't have any more announcements or anything like that. We're gonna check. Y'all give it up for Eddie too.
Yeah, Eddie.
He's been in the back working his butt off, pressing all the buttons that he has to press.
And if y'all are here,
we got this. We have this one right here. The second annual Hispanic Heritage Fest, Saturday, September 28th, 2024. It's gonna have Lucky Joe. Who else do we got there? Can you read those?
La Traición, my mic on, yeah. La Traición, Grupo Vicio, and Motivo.
Okay, yeah, and Bumper's gonna be there as well, right?
Bumper's gonna be
Who's
there.
it say? La Familia who's presentando? What was that say? I can't read it from here.
Oh, La Familia on the very top. Mancha. Where's this at? This is in. I can't see.
It's right in front of me and I can't see it.
Yeah.
Park?
It's in Ohio.
Oh, it's in Ohio.
The Mancha family. Jaime Mancha. Shout out to you guys. I don't know if it was that event that we played, but we played in front of a cornfield in Ohio when I was with Stephanie.
Oh yeah, you showed me that picture.
It was crazy. It was a cool gig. Like a lot of people, like it's like on this ranch type deal, and like all these people show up and they park. Oh, it was one of the coolest gigs I've ever played in my life.
That's
so
awesome.
Shout out to you. I think I ran into them in Milwaukee.
Yeah, no, great people.
Family.
Yeah, I think I met them too a while back.
Well, next time. For the third annual.
Yeah, get Llamativa out there. Get us out there too. Just fly me out there. I'll have a good time.
Just put Llamativa and Destiny.
Yeah, we'll have a great time for sure. For sure. Okay, and then also we have Dia de los Bulldogs Halloween Carnival. This is going to be Friday, October 18th, 2024. Of course, this year, right? Come on now. October 18th, it's going to be a Friday, 5 to 11 p.m. There's going to be, it's on, what does that say? Live music by the E7 band. They're a cover band. That's Mark.
They're a cover band.
That's Mark Martinez, right? Or am I thinking about somebody else?
No, that's the Real Dukes. You're thinking of the Real Dukes.
My bad. I'm thinking about the Real Dukes.
This is Ronnie T.
Ronnie T.
Ronnie T. I'm not sure of the owner of the band. I know, but Ronnie T sings in that band.
But it's gonna be free for kids under 18. It's a $4 entry, only $4. I mean, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at the Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church and School. That's over there on the south side, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's over there. I think my grandma went to Blessed Sacrament.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to my Grandma Mary. Let's see. And then we have the Fiesta en la Playa, October 25th and 26th. We have the return of La Tropa F on Friday with David Farias and Joe. I'm so glad to see them together.
I got to see them at the Pura Vida Boards. Oof, that was awesome.
They're great.
They're just so good together.
Joe is a great guy. David been a family member to us as well. Mike Gonzalez and the Iconic. Shout out to Mike. We got Roel Martinez, Lázaro Perez, and Hilda Llamas that are going to perform there on October 25th, that Friday. And then Saturday, we're going to have La Fiebre, The official Emilio tribute, my primos, Emilio and Diego, shout out to them all the way in Nashville, Tennessee. And Lucky Joe. There's going to be a Halloween bash, $500 cash prize, $500 cash prize for the best costume. Nice. And this is going to be at Rockport Harbor on the festival grounds. So it's going to be a great time if you're over there in Rockport. Y'all go check this out. Fiesta en la Playa, the remake, se llama. Oh, yeah. I think that's Quarter Moon Productions going out. Shout out to
Jim Luna.
Jim Luna. Yeah, Jim Luna. Hope you're doing good, brother. And then we have.
I already sent him everything.
Did you receive my email?
Yeah, right. Toys for Tejanitos. That's right. Toys for Tejanitos. This is going to be brought to you by Tejano Up Radio. Grupo Espada is going to be playing there November 24th. And this is going to be at the VFW 1004 VFW. Oh, yeah. In San Antonio, Texas. All the information is there. Espada, Grupo Espada. I think they're a new group. I just follow them on Facebook. Shout out to those guys. Yeah, so we got a lot of events coming up. Y'all make sure y'all go out there and support the new music. Go out and support the older guys, the older groups, and make sure you tell Bumper that you love the podcast with Rigo Navaira on it too, so I can take his job. I'm just kidding. I don't want to take your job, brother. I just want to help you. Because I love you.
He's an amazing host. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was studying. I was like, what do I have to say?
Can we give it up for Rigo?
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it. Thank y'all, everybody who's watching too. We really appreciate it. I'm excited to. I was excited to interview y'all because one, I know you, Christina, from the band, and Alicia. Getting to know you too because when was the first time we met? I want to say, was it that Pico de Gallo show?
No, I don't think you remember. Sorry.
What?
No. Your show, probably.
Where at?
The Lighthouse.
At the Lighthouse.
Lighthouse. That was
with
the first
your
time.
dad. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
She came and supported.
No, but Pico de Gallo was before that.
It was way before that, but I don't think...
you didn't come up to me?
No.
Sad day.
It was your sister.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think that the Lighthouse was the first time with your dad. Well, we went to go see you. She shared it. We're like, we got to go.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for coming out to support.
They left and came back.
Y'all left and came back? Yeah. Damn, you're true. You're real.
When you broke for your first set, we had to go drop off our cousin and then run back. Huh?
Why? Was she partied out?
No, he
partied out?
His mom was visiting and he wanted to make sure he was home with her.
Look at me thinking that he was all partied out. He wasn't. Let's see. Shout outs real quick. Saludos a Javier Morin in the house. Raulito, be a guest on our show. Oh, he's trying to promote another show.
Esquies and Desveladas. Those are Juan Guerrero. I don't know if you know who that is.
Juan.
He was the original writer for Llamativa. And his daughters, and he's passed, but his daughters have a show as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Shout out to them. Raquel Bueno. Hi, Christina. She says
hello.
Hi. Saludos a Michael Longoria. Sorry. Michael Longoria. Saludos, brother. Saludos. Sofia Vasquez. Can't wait to see Lucky Joe in Ohio. Yeah, they'll be up there in Ohio. I love going up there. You've been up there a couple times, right? In Ohio?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody corrected me in the chat. It was at his house, at Jaime's house. Either way, awesome festival. I had a great time. Great food at the end, too, with the family. And I think y'all had a cat outside, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
or
my
a dog
gosh. You and cats, Christina.
With. Yeah, I had a a great time.
Tell Christina to let me join Llamativa. Hector Ramirez.
Let me tell you something. Hector, who's the sax player for La Corriente Cinco.
Oh, he's great.
He's phenomenal. He's taken it upon himself every time that we have a flyer or something, he photoshops himself into it because
haven't I seen these?
It's hilarious. He puts it in like the 45 chat,
but
they're so funny. They're in like some of his best poses ever. So like he's really wants to play. I
love that. We got Dallas, Texas in the house.
Yeah.
We got shout out to your dad, dude. That's my dad wanting to shout out. Shout out to my dad, Mr. Raulito. Destiny wants to know, Christina, what is your favorite thing to get mad at Rigo about on stage? Tell me.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to hear this. I think I know what it is.
What?
Okay, so sometimes when I rush, of course, or if I'm dragging, I know you'll get upset. But I think I'm okay at that. I'm not too bad, right?
I know what her pet peeve is. When there's too much talking when she's trying to count someone in.
Oh, I never talk.
Oh, that's a huge.
That's a Llamativa thing?
for me. No. That is that's a pet peeve across the board for any band that I play in. Like, I cannot take when someone turns around to look at me to start the song and then they turn around and start talking. And I'm like, do you want me to start the song or are you still talking? Which one are we doing? That's a lot of bands that do that.
Okay, so tell me.
I think it's a nervous habit.
So answer the question.
I would probably say that sometimes, and you kind of nailed it on the head. I changed the style of how I'm playing, like my kick pattern. And
and I don't follow you.
And you don't follow me. Yeah. That's a pet peeve
don't
for
change
bass
it.
players.
Well, don't change it.
Well, I don't. I'm playing it the way it's supposed to be played.
No, I'm trying to. That's where the creativity comes into play.
But no, but for real, I think that's a pet peeve for bass players across the board for me. And the amount of like that I have when somebody does change. You don't do it all the time. It's very rare. I think it's when you're singing.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
it's
that's
a little
hard.
bit harder for you. I know bass is hard to play. It's the hardest instrument to play and sing, so I don't hold it against you. When D's singing, you're good. But there's a lot of basses who just like is the drummer like non-existent, and that drives me nuts. I can't do that. Like I'm really hard on basses. Love you, Gabri. I am hard on Gabri, very hard on her. But she's moldable. And I love that she doesn't even. She just does what I tell her.
We'll have Gabri. We'll have weekly meetings so we can cope through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny.
Christina, who's your favorite Navaira? Ralito wants to know.
Dang, I have to say him.
Oh, yeah. He became your best friend, right? The first week. The first time you came on the road with us.
No, back even when I just played a few songs with y'all.
Oh, really?
A long time ago.
Yeah,
he
loves
was
you.
always super nice to me.
He loves you.
From the beginning. I just feel like fate kind of aligned. But yeah, your dad's pretty,
he can't
pretty
spell
hilarious.
your name right, though.
It's
He put
okay.
Quintina.
He's forgiven. But no, he's hilarious.
Quintina, who's your favorite Navaira, Quintina?
Oh my God. He just makes like really funny comments and like, I don't know. He just makes me laugh.
He's a trip.
I'm going to say him for now.
He's a trip. And Destiny just put, what?
No, she's all mad. No, Dee was solid for me. We had a great time in Mexico.
Oh, we had an amazing time over there.
Yeah, we had a great time in Mexico. I got to learn a lot about Dee that I didn't know.
Would y'all like to go down there and play in Mexico?
God, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know who has passports in our band. We can find out.
To go to
Piedras? Piedras? Oh, shoot. You want to go to Piedras? I was talking like Mexico City or Monterrey.
Where do y'all play at Pilos?
Pilos, oh yeah, y'all go play at Pilos. No, y'all, down there, if y'all go to Monterrey, y'all should go play at a place called... Well, there's different antros down there. There's different clubs that they have like merengue, salsa. That's what I love about Mexico is that they have places where they have 5 bands in one night.
Yeah.
And it's like they play an hour and then that's it. And then the next band, it could be a norteño band, and the next one's a reggaeton, then the next one's just cumbia, next one, it's awesome.
Whatever it is, just let me know and we'll fundraise for passports.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
My old coworkers took me to a club in Aguascalientes that had a band with the exact same instrument makeup as ours and same style, and it was like super like inspiring for me. To me, I was like, I mean, the crowd, they were going for it. And I was like, oh, this is...
I love that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's great. That's
Cuando
great.
nos inviten.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we'll get you out there. That'd be great for you to go out there. Let's see. What's up, Christina? From Christy and my tocayo, Rigo.
Yeah, Christina Rigo. They're from Pasadena.
Pasadena, Texas.
Yes,
Pasadena,
by Houston.
Texas. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, so thank y'all so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else y'all would like to bring up to let the people know about who you are or where you are playing or what's coming up for Llamativa?
This is your moment.
This is your moment to shine.
Public
Alicia.
speaking.
Let's get a close up of Alicia.
No
yes,
close up.
There it is, right
there. My eyebrows are sisters; they're not twins today.
Oh my
but
gosh.
Anyways, just make sure if you can, spread the word.
Nobody would have noticed that. I'm telling you. You called it out now. That's what all I'm thinking about.
Twins. Yes. I've never heard that's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Anyways, make sure to follow us on all social media, Llamativa Official. If you guys are interested in having us at any one of your events, whether it be a birthday party or quinceañera or wedding or festival, llamativa music@gmail.com. And our next shows are Devil May Care on the 25th in Austin, The Rock at La Cantera on the 27th. And we have a few gigs in October as well, but, that's too far in advance.
Maybe I can go up there and sing a song with y'all one time too. I would love to. We'll do a mariachi song or something.
And you just got to do it.
In a cumbia.
The Juan Gabriel song.
Yeah, we can do that one. No, but let's do another one. I want to do one that's like both of us can sing.
Though. We have
like un placer conocerte. That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. We could do that one. Learn it. Put
I
it.
already know it.
Llamativa, you are listening. Learn it.
We have to make charts for you.
Right. I'll make them. I'll see, but I don't even know. I don't even know how to do it.
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Christina, would you like to say anything else? Would you like to give some shout outs?
I would just like to thank everybody who's been super supportive of this journey. I've been getting such good feedback. I've had friends show up to gigs, to show their support, old band members, everything under the sun. It means a lot to me because this is something that I wanted to do for so long, that I talked about for so long, that I just couldn't wrap my head around starting. And then, who the personnel, like the girls too, I'm so thankful for everybody who's in the band and how well we kind of fit together and how we're kind of working towards the same goals as a whole. So I just want to say thank you, because this is making my dream a reality. And again, I never saw it coming. I'd really like to make a huge thanks for me to Mike Dolis III for pushing me in this direction. He's truly like my best friend, my compadre, and he's been a really big force. I call him way too much. I've figured out the time to get both of them to respond, him and his wife, at the same time, is at 1:23 in the morning. 11:23 at the morning when I need something, but because they never answer the phone ever.
He's asleep.
Because they're busy. No,
Mike, if you're
busy.
watching, we still need our meeting.
Yeah, like he's just busy. Like it's just no, and that's a good thing. I'm not mad at him for it. But yeah, he's been really inspirational for me for this entire journey. And thank you. So thanks to everybody, and my own family and friends and partner Sam as well. So
awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Rigo. This is Christina. This is Alicia. They are Grupo Llamativa.
Thank you, Rigo.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Bumper. Thank you, Eddie.
Bumper.
And go check out Llamativa. Great new upcoming band here in San Antonio. And we'll see you next Wednesday on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. Good night, everybody. God bless.
See ya.